most captivating podcast out there with your host, Prometheus. Finish him!
Shield is down. I'm in position and ready for immediate assault.
Negative, Commander. Not against a ship that size. Not on your own.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Welcome to the Dragon's Den, one of your most captivating podcasts out there, with your host, Lemedius.
Welcome, happy Saturday. Oh man, I see everybody pulling up in the chat. Please share this out, man. It is greatly appreciated. Yo, listen, man, y'all awesome. Give yourself a round of applause. My man Super G in California over there fixing floods. We don't know if he gonna pull up tonight, but I left a box open for my brother, man. Listen, man, we gonna get into this classic panel. We got some mobsters. We got some Mohegan Suns in here. We got some artists and developers in here. And we also got a great interviewer, goddamn Jimmy Kennels in the building somewhere. Yeah, that's the panel we got for you tonight. But we're going to start off with our guest, man. And of course, I got to switch this screen to get to show the Sonic man over here. He comes from the Gaming Circle podcast. Him and my man K Asante, who's never made an appearance on this show. And in this corner, we have the greatest Sonic stalker in the planet. AKA, he might watch Sonic porn on the low. I don't know what's going on, my man.
Easy.
Oh,
It's
damn.
my man.
You don't go that far.
Support my brother. What's good, Everborn? What's good? What you been playing? Please don't say Sonic.
No, but I have been playing another game that came out in 1992, Prince of Persia.
Oh, yes.
The new joint.
That Lost Crown is crazy.
Yeah, man. And I'm playing it on the Steam Deck.
Yo, let me ask you. This is a question I want to ask you. Do it got cross saves?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm gonna get it on my ROG Ally. I'm gonna get that. Yes.
Now it's not like clean like how Starfield and Xbox stuff is cross save.
Nothing's that clean.
Yeah, because that just happens in the background. You know,
right.
About it. So what happens here is when you know, it automatically saves wherever you're playing, but then you got to go out to the main menu, like exit when you're done playing, and then just press LB, and it's going to upload what your latest save to the cloud, and then that will be available for when you go and play
somewhere else
on the Xbox or anywhere else, and then you just press LB to download.
But see,
or I think it's RB to download
in the main. At least that's an option, bro. Because I refuse to double dip and buy Spider-Man and God of War, because there's no cross saves. I'm not starting from scratch.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't buy PlayStation games on PC to take on the go, because I don't buy no game to take on the go if you don't got cross cloud saves. I think that's ridiculous, especially this day and time with the success of these handheld consoles and PCs that people are investing heavily in. You saw the new one from what's that company? It's like 10 inches.
MSI Claw.
No,
right?
It's the one after that. It's another one.
See, this is what I be talking about,
but
man.
This one is a full like Surface Pro 8 or 9. It's a dedicated screen PC with the controller attachments. It got Intel interior too, like the Claw does.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want to see it. It's too much of them coming out too fast. And now, after I bought my ROG Ally, they talking about the ROG Ally 2 coming out this year.
Well, listen.
You can't throw a rock without hitting a new handle.
Yo, facts. But you know what? I don't think it's gonna be enough of an upgrade to be leveling up consoles that you don't play like that. Nah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this because I know you a businessman like myself. You're a busy guy, right? A lot of the time that I get between, you know what I'm saying, working in the finance industry and then running the business that I got and then trying to make these comics and do my other stuff, most of the time when I get to play, it's at night in bed. You know what I'm saying? And usually I'm just playing. This is sleeping or whatever. But you know how clickety clack them Xbox buttons is. Sound like you tap dancing.
Right.
So recently, the last I think 3. This might be the 4th game now that I played. Is cross save across Xbox PC, and I have been playing on Xbox in the living room, but then at night when I get the time to play, it's right there on the Steam Deck or the ROG Ally, and I'm just playing right there, not bothering the missus. She's sleeping. I stay up an extra 2-3 hours, get the game in, come back, and now I'm playing the next day or whenever on the big 77-inch in the living room, right? And so for me, like you saying, you're not even messing with a like. I'm at the point where I'm not. You said you're not.
Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. Who background is that with the noise?
I think Ham was glowing, but I don't know if
that
realized.
thing going crazy. Finish.
Realized, or was that bloody? I don't know.
I don't know what that was. It sounded like somebody was in church with a bad mic. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, if you don't have crossplay, like right now, I'm not even playing you at this point. So that's the thing. And this is why I need Microsoft to get off their behinds. I don't know if we could curse on here, but
very rarely bloody.
Right, but
Hey.
they need to get off the you know what and make a handheld, or at least make an OS that makes these Windows-based handhelds operate smoothly. Because I feel like I'm buying a lot of games on Steam, and that could be money that's going to the Xbox. But we'll see what they do.
Facts. All right, so we're gonna move into the rest of the panel members, man. Yo, Ham, what you doing? Are you playing games again? Mute your goddamn mic. Goddamn it, we here clicking of the buttons.
He's on that Tekken right now. That's what he's doing.
I definitely am not playing Tekken.
You doing something?
Palworld.
All right, you got me.
I knew
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna move it to the next guest, man. Man with the froze that knows, my man Ham Solo. What's good, Ham? Welcome to the team, man. What you playing? We know what the hell you playing. Goddamn, we heard it. What's good with you, brother? How you been from TSWS? Talk that ish. Let's get it.
I've been. I mean, if I'm keeping it honest, keeping it a buck, I've been tired, bro. Mad tired.
Go take a Enamin. I mean a ginseng. And wake your ass up. You on drugs?
I thought you were saying enema. I was
That's
like,
what I thought he said.
Yeah, it was close.
I was like, no. But no. Been rocking out a lot of content lately. Been playing a lot of games. Been just getting some stuff taken care of with my back and stuff like that. Palworlds has taken over though. I always come on the podcast and talk about how my love for Ark and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Well,
yes, you do.
It's Ark. I was so excited for Ark 2, and now here I'm playing Palworlds, and I'm just like, man, I'm not even. I don't know. Like Ark 2 has to really throw some blows for me to leave Palworlds and come back, because it just does so much better of respecting my time, and building and crafting stuff is just a lot easier, a lot quicker. So I personally enjoy it quite a bit. I've also been enjoying that game. You guys just got done talking about cross saves and stuff like that. I've been playing it on here, and old boy Kay Asante helped me a while back with my Steam Deck.
We gotta get him on here, man.
So yeah, I've been able to play Windows on the Steam Deck. So I've been playing Palworlds on there as well. It doesn't run the best, I'll tell you that right now.
I heard it runs better on Xbox than PC in general. That's what I heard, but I'm gonna get into it probably tomorrow night. But keep talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. The Steam Deck, it's as good as it is. It's definitely like showing that it's on the low end or at least a beginning. The first Steam Deck, right? It's still it's starting to show like it's like it can only work this hard,
but
right?
Let me get
For
a Steam
certain
some
games.
respect, right?
What's up?
Let me give it some quick respect. First of all, I don't like Linux. That's the only reason I ain't buy it. Steam Deck is an awesome device, right? But when it came out, it wasn't the most powerful handheld on the planet, but it was the most affordable and did great things. Because you could have got an Iron Neo for $1,200, and it's still a monster today. But they had an entry point of what, $349, $399, or something like that.
Yeah, I got the
So it
second
was like
one.
$399.
Right. So you got to give them their props. They didn't really come in here and try to gouge your pocket. Them Chinese companies like Iron Needle, I was gonna go out there and cop it, but as we say in the Inner Circle podcast, Inner Circle chats, when dudes was like, I'm gonna get that. I'm like, you want to deal with China's customer service? I'm not doing that.
That's the reason I didn't end up getting the Iron Neo.
Right. So
What customer service?
exactly.
Oh,
so
damn.
that's the point. That's the point. I was like, nah. That's why the Asus Raw got jumped on it, because it had everything I wanted and a great price still, but it wasn't $1,200, and I won't be able to reach nobody. So the Steam Deck came in the market and put these PC handhelds in everybody's hand affordably. And
It also put a lot of spotlight on it, because I feel like if the Steam Deck didn't come out, it would still only be Aya, Neo, and the other
One
players
X
that was
pluses.
already there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you would see Asus and Lenovo and MSI jumping in if the
Facts.
Steam Deck didn't sort of solidify that lane. Not that
Facts.
the other guys wasn't doing their thing, but I think Steam Deck came in and just said, okay, this is a viable market. And I don't want to like hold this up, but with the Steam Deck, the reason I give it the props, it is, even though it's a PC, even though it's Linux, you never have to see that Linux desktop if you don't want to.
No, facts.
Right.
It's an
And
option.
what they did with that user interface, like the Steam OS, and then you got to manually go into what you call it. That is the thing that makes it feel like I'm just playing on a console, even though these are PC games. And they did a real good job at hiding the seams.
Facts. But continue, Ham, before we move into the other two guests. Well, technically, you ain't no guest, and goddamn Clown ain't no guest. That's why your name is not in special guest, but I still put on Twitter. But y'all regulars. Yeah. Go ahead, Ham. Continue so I can move to my boy.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much done. But yeah, that's for the most part what I've been playing as of lately. Yeah, I'm ready to move on so we can get into the topic.
We're gonna talk about some Palworld. That's one of the topics. We're gonna talk about that Palworld.
I know, I've been talking about it all week, man.
People in the chat, let me know how this sounds. I got a new setup. This is the first time I'm using it. Right now, it seems flawless on our end. Tell me what it sounds, what it looks like. I ain't talking about the visuals, I'm talking about the sound quality. Yeah, that's what matters, because I'm trying to give y'all even more greater content. So working hard in these streets.
That's what she said.
Oh, we got another guy. The Peanut Gallery. we got another guy for the Peanut Gallery, man, aka my brother from another mother. He is the El Capitan of 4GQ TV. He bring you those great interviews. He bring you them interviews from mobsters, and he gets them on the camera, and they don't be having that voice like they be hiding themselves behind the scenes. It's my man, Italian Clown. What you been playing, bro?
I've been, lately I've been playing a lot of Adobe Premiere Pro, and then some Palworld in between.
Now I'm gonna call you out because I was watching 4Q TV Thursday, and I said in his chat, he said, I really don't like Powwow. I said, yeah, but I bet you play it for them achievements. How many achievements you got left?
1.
Fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Fraud. All right. So that's all you've been playing, bro? Before we move to talk to my man, the Indian sensation.
Sometimes I've been playing Army of Room a lot on the Steam Deck. I've been playing Crusader Kings 3 because I like to marry people into the Pope's lineage. So that's pretty much it.
All right. And in this corner over here, we got my little brother, man, from another mother, the American native brother, the Mexican kingpin, the man that'll punch you in the face with some Satan rings and leave you bloody on the block. No pun intended. It's my man from Smash, Bloody Knuckles. What up, Bloody?
Shot boy, you already know what it is. I was like, it's your boy Bloody Nuts, the Gothic Gamer, and the king of the Smash podcast. I was like, I appreciate you always having me on, brother. You know I always love it. Like, there's so much going on here. The news is great, but for me, I was like, I'm always gaming. I never stop. I was like, go to sleep gaming, I wake up gaming. And I was like, and this past week, really yesterday, was a great one for me because your boy, and thanks to the amazing friends over at Sega that I got gifted with a code to play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on launch. So I was all over that. I had to be. And then, of course, I got lucky enough to also be given a code for Tekken 8. So I've been throwing hands in that game all night. I was
Funny
gonna say,
you
yo,
don't never hook your big brother up, but you always throwing big
Bruh,
shots.
not disrespectful because I
See how
sent
they
you all the
are,
links.
Everborn?
No. Don't listen to him, Everborn.
man.
I've sent
I
him.
birthed
I've
this
sent.
dude.
I've sent this man all the links and the ways to get the hookups like I do. He don't. It's not my fault. He don't follow through on
Maybe I
it.
drink too much. I don't know.
If you look at this man, if you look in your DMs, I sent you everything. Don't ever do that. I always look out for you.
Bloody, you never hooked me up, man.
Yeah, I don't
Damn.
know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man.
I was like, you didn't hook me up, clowns. You know what it's like, Mr. Mafia man. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yo, look,
Hey,
man.
wait, didn't I send you links a long time ago for Atlas? I think I did.
Oh.
For Atlas, nah. You never sent me nothing for Atlas.
for
Dude's out
Sega
here
Atlas.
pulling out receipts.
Yeah.
I like.
I'm gonna look.
I was like, I literally have a friend. I have a friend at Atlas. I was like, I never needed Joe links.
Oh.
I have lots of friends at Atlas.
He said, what have you done for me lately? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, let's move on, man. You already know it's the host with your most. It's your boy, Lemon. You already know what it is. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to the people in the chat, because without y'all, there is no us. Those are the facts, man. Let's get into these topics, man. We're going to move quick, fast, and abruptly and give you those proper information that y'all need to hear. And let me say something. Where's Neil Druckmann? He was with the Iron Lords in 108 the other night. We know where he at.
Woo!
And he's not missing like factions.
Oh, damn.
Wow,
We
you took a
know
shot.
where he
Wow.
We know where he at. Shout out to my super team, man. The Lords, Hip Hop Gamer. We had a great time at the Game Awards overnight, man. We outside. Where you at? Couch potatoes. Let's get into this, man. Man, let's get into this powwow success, man. And this is the thing I want to show you about this game, man. Palworld's crazy. Powwow is crazy. 8 million people in 8 days. 6 million people playing consistently. Spider-Man, 5 million, 7 days, big budget, 315 million. Y'all see it on the screen. Now, I don't know why some companies have problems making money. Maybe because your goddamn advertisement budget is too large for the game at hand, and your squad out there that support that platform ain't going out there making those purchases in droves. Now, Mr. Everborn, you a numbers guy, you a businessman. Unlike some of these Twitter folk.
Hey,
Talk
forgot
to me.
about everyone. Tell us secrets.
Ooh. Did
Talk
you really
to
just
me.
say forget about it?
I did.
I
Talk
did. I
about
definitely
it.
heard that.
How can a game under the radar like this be such a huge success in gaming preview? How is that
So-
possible?
I think it shows you with all the doom and gloom they talking about and all the fear they was like, well, what if this company acquires that company? A hit could come out at anywhere, at any time. You never know when it's gonna happen. And I would hate to be one of those companies that's spending 100 million, 200 million, 300 million on something, and then see these guys come out of nowhere, spend 6.8 million converted to US, and they doing numbers like this, right? And what that goes to show you is that no matter what they try to tell you about graphics and AAA and whatever, gameplay is king.
Always.
And if you lock that down and you got the right formula, you can do it. So, and I had this long conversation today. All of these things that we're seeing in terms of layoffs, in terms of these big budgets and things being sustainable or not sustainable, budgets on games have to come down. And when you bring those budgets down, just like, check this out. When you see an independent movie, right? Those are usually the ones that win the Oscars. Now, sometimes you got the big James Cameron, Titanic, 250 million movies that win the Oscar. But for the most part, it is these
movies you never heard of.
Right. But then you go and watch them and you see that because they have a constrained budget, they're forced to be more creative. Right. And this is why people look at those Nintendo graphics, but their gameplay is usually on point with any of these things, right? And so I'm going around this long-winded way of saying this should be a wake-up call to the industry to say we don't need to continue to focus on these walk-in simulators, and we should bring down budgets, because guess what? When you bring down budgets, you actually can take more risks. If you're going to spend, and you know this, you're a businessman, if you're going to spend a lot in terms of investment for production, and you now need to sell a certain number of copies just before you break even.
Facts.
Right? And even when we saw from those leaks on Spider-Man, and this is bigger than about Spider-Man, this goes for anything, right?
Anything.
But if you spend $200 million, what you got to sell? 7 million before you could even see a cent. Right. But
remember, they're not getting that $75.
Exactly.
They're not getting that. People keep forgetting that's not the number that they get for the distributor. That's not the number. That's the sale that we get, but that's not the number that they're eating off of. But continue.
And that's before you get to marketing, right?
Yep.
So when we look at all those things, because they have to sell to, n number of customers before they could even break even, they need to talk to the largest audience possible. And we know that from a creative perspective, when you have to talk to a large audience, you kind of have to dumb down what you're doing. Right? And so this is why so many of these AAA games, a lot of them feel the same way. Right? Because they got to file down the edges. They got to use the gameplay mechanics that are proven and that work.
Thanks.
But when you have these smaller budgets, you might be talking to a smaller audience, but you hyper focus on them, and you hyper focus on the kind of game you're making and what that audience wants to play, and you can still be hyper successful even though you didn't dumb your stuff down. And we have several examples of this now. Elden Ring did not have the best graphics in the world. But what did they do? They hyper-focused on that Souls gameplay loop. And what did they do? They took the world by storm. And they had a bigger budget than this, so this is just another level of that. Hogwarts, a lot of people didn't even want that game to come out. But they made that game for that audience that wanted it. What did it do?
22 million.
Right? And then listen, we can even look at Tears of the Kingdom, right? That's not a graphical showpiece, but they focused on core gameplay elements, hyper focused on it, and where do we get? So I think the lesson with Palworld is the same lesson with Elden Ring, is the same lesson with Breath of the Wild, is the same lesson with Hogwarts. Stop trying to talk to everybody and hyper focus on your gameplay elements. And the last thing I want to say about Palworld is, I don't know if you guys noticed this. The only people that are upset about Palworld, it's not the PC players. They loving it. 2 million concurrent. It's definitely not the Xbox players.
Right.
So who's left to be upset about it?
Oh, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that after we talk about that success. We're going to touch
Just
that.
happen to be the people that ain't got it. But
we're gonna touch a little bit of everything right now. We're going to touch that. We're going to touch that.
Sir.
So I'm going to go straight to you, clowns, because you're an achievement whore. And you don't like the game, but you're playing it for achievements. So, Palworld, have your experience changed since 4QGTV on Thursday? Talk to me.
So listen, I do like the game and I don't like the game. I say this. I like the game because I think it's fun. I think it's a great parody game. I think they did something that Nintendo's been afraid to do forever, and it speaks volumes to the success of this, right? Like Nintendo needs to grow up. They need to start putting guns in and let Princess Peach shoot things. But anyway, it's fun. I like the arc aspect. I like the building. I like the chopping stuff down. What I don't like about it so far, and I know it's in beta and things can definitely change or early access, whatever, but I don't like the fact that there's not a lot of quests in single player. I am single player specific. I don't really care for the multiplayer in this game, but I want to be able to have like quest after quest after quest. I want to build up through quests, right? I don't just want to go through an empty barren wasteland and be like, oh, capture new pal. Oh, another new pal. Oh, this is a great new pal. No. I want to be able to talk to people, be like, hey, help me find my lost dog. Hey, catch this fish in the lake. Hey, there's an alligator eating my foot. Can you stop it? Like those things? Bam, I'd love to do that, right?
But it's in preview. It's only been out a week.
Yeah, I mean, I did say that it's in preview. So hopefully they add this stuff in the future. It's just, my input to this. And I like the achievements in the game. I think the achievements are reasonable. I don't think they're too far-fetched. There's like only 10 achievements. It's like beat the bosses, capture so many pals.
I'm getting into it because I miss Pokemon, but I don't like none of the new ones.
And the base building reminds me a lot of, in a sense, I'm not Fortnite. No, I was gonna say more like Fallout. Like because you got the workbenches, you got the assembly lines.
What's that game from Xbox with the zombies?
State of Decay.
That's what it gave. It gave me those vibes.
Maybe I don't know that much about State of Decay. I mean, I played, I liked it.
No,
but
it got like the stations, and you could build like a community.
Different.
And it's crazy. That game is underrated. But continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I like, that's what I like about it.
All right. How those 10 achievements working out for you on number 9, huh?
Yeah, that's my last one. Capture 90 unique pals.
Mr. Ham Solo, being that you interrupted goddamn Everbone in the beginning of playing that Palworld, give us your view on the game and its success before we go to Bloody, then talk about this other mess we got going on.
So there's actually a few different directions I wanted to talk about this game, and the first one being just like the good of it for the gamers and whatnot, price point wise and just ingenuity wise, I guess as well. It's not that this game is doing anything that we haven't seen done before exactly, but the way that it's being repurposed is extremely interesting. It's like no one needs to create the new nobody needs to remake a tire needs to remake a tire, right? But if you but you can definitely make it better, so maybe it drives through snow better, sand, mud, whatever, right? I feel like this thing took a lot of things that were kind of muddy for some people and made it easy to access, but still complex enough to get lost in. So, like, it reminds me, I mean, of course I said Ark, right? But I also think of another game that's built by similar developers called Atlas, a game that failed a while back from Smilegate and whatnot. That game was actually very similar to Ark with the base building and everything like that, but it was on the high seas, more or less on the high seas. You're building huge, massive boats, and you're able to travel everywhere, but your base was pretty much that boat, right? But you could hire workers in that game to help you steer your boat, go into fights, do boss battles. Pretty dope game, right? But it was almost too complex for itself to the point where the game was just constantly broken, constantly broken, constantly broken. They'd go to fix something, it breaks something else. Like it was like just perpetually in that situation. So I like the direction that this game took because it was like, we understand that you could make complex things, but you don't need 8,000 resources to do said complex task. Like, for instance, when you're first starting in this game to build a house, what do you need? Wood. That's it. You need, what do you need to make PAL balls? Wood. Rock. That PAL rock stuff.
Right.
That's it. And it's like pretty simple. And then even once it starts to get complex, it's still pretty easy to remember, I can get this type of resource in this area. I can kill these pals, get that resource. It will take a lot of time to do so, sure. But it's not something that's so far-fetched where it feels like you're putting together a brand new Webster encyclopedia and you have to track all the words down yourself. Right? So it feels good in the respects of your time. It does better than what a lot of games tried to achieve. And that includes games like Pokemon games and stuff like that. But at the same time, it also gave you that kind of fresh feel to something. If you're going to think about Pokemon games and stuff like that, a lot of people are like, I have to get a Nintendo to play this game. Well, now you don't.
Now
It's on PC, which is the broadest platform of any. You can run it however, whatever you want to hook up. I mean, good luck to you in the game at the end of the day, right? Because not every game, like Immortals of Avium, is not going to run like Palworld, right? You're going to be, your PC's going to be choking trying to get Immortals of Avium going, but it's going to be cool and running smooth with this little 7-8 gigabyte game. It's this tiny game, and it's only $29-$30, something like that, right?
30.
Remember, all these folks are telling us that they need to raise the price in games. You think about that. Think about how they just went to the $70 price tag. But what did we just recently find out? Oh, yeah. Baldur's Gate is the first $70 game to actually win Game of the Year. So price really has nothing to do with a great time.
No, that's a fact.
Because we've been having $70 games for like 4 years now. Baldur's Gate's the first one to do it. Okay. And then on top of that, it's the thing that's really interesting about this to me mostly is that it's putting so many developers and the companies that tie them to it on notice that you guys aren't really caring about what the community wants. You're just giving us what you think needs to be popular.
Ham,
What
let
you
me
think
can I
needs to be
ask
popular.
a question about that, Ham?
What's up?
So, and I'm noticing a pattern with that too, right? When Elden Ring came out, all these other developers that didn't do it was like, oh my God, they didn't put any effort into the maps. Right?
Talk about it. Yes,
When-
Gorilla. Gorilla came out and said, we put so much more work into
Right.
Horizon
Every
Forbidden
time
West.
you see one of these games take off out of nowhere, the establishment gets so salty
Heated.
about it.
So
And
heated.
Listen, it's not just Elden Ring, because we saw it again with Hogwarts. Hogwarts comes out, do all the numbers in the world. Nobody wanted to talk about it. We saw it again.
No nominations.
Right. We saw it again with Baldur's Gate. Everybody's like, oh, you can't expect it. No other developer that's not Larian to make a game that's that multi-dimensional. You can't expect that.
But
And now-
there's a catch with Baldur's Gate though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Baldur's
What's
Gate
that?
Baldur's Gate didn't do a phenomenal time on console. I'm a Baldur's Gate original, right?
Oh,
That's
listen,
the PC
I can tell you that for a
community
fact.
stepping up. I told people when they was on Twitter capping, I said, y'all don't know nothing about that game.
That radio
don't-
menu
Y'all don't know nothing
is
about that game.
not
I'll
great.
say, yeah.
That's
I
not
was
a,
like,
that.
honestly,
that's not a
the radio
console game.
menu,
That's
it is not a console game.
dominated community, and
Yep.
that's one of those games that come out on PC that every PC elitist and half
But
the casuals
it
is gonna run
handles
and go
it
get.
handles well for them trying to make it accessible to
No, but I'm
console. I'll say
saying console
no. I'm not
numbers
saying that's
don't
where the
even
sales are.
compete
I'm not.
with the
No,
first
no,
week
no.
on
No, I know
PC.
that. No, I know that. I'm saying is that they did their damnedest to make it accessible for console players. Like when I played, I was like, yeah, it took a little while to realize the radio menu, but it works. I was like, but I've played it on PC. I have it both. I was like, so I understand, but you're not wrong that the people who are trying to claim it on console, they are not the audience for that.
They're frauds
Well,
because.
let
continue,
me tell you what
everyone,
happened.
Continue.
Let me tell you what happened on console with Baldur's Gate. The people who were capping for Baldur's Gate on console was only because it was
wasn't.
competition for Starfield.
That too, but it
When it
wasn't
came
also
out, it
on
came
a
out the
competing
same-
platform.
Exactly. Right.
Ponies.
So it's
Oh.
so those people hyped it up like they were gonna play it, and then it never.
Still fast as fuck, boy.
And this game did big numbers, right?
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
right. A lot of that came from PC. I don't know what the Xbox numbers are, but it is in the top 10.
Oh, they played it on Xbox,
Right. So again,
but not like that PC crowd though.
right.
No,
and
no,
so
not like
that's
PC.
where the Baldur's Gate thing came from. But the larger point is every time a game comes out and figures out a new formula or puts things together in the right way, you just see these other people in the industry. It's like they're upset that they didn't come up with it 1st.
And it is.
And
100%.
Here's the thing. Okay, you want to get mad at From Software? That's a big studio. They could take it, right? You want to get mad at WB Games? Again, billion-dollar company. They could take it. You want to get mad at Larian? They're still an independent studio, but they're kind of big. This is a small independent developer team with $7 million budget, and you work for $100 billion company, and you think you doing anything by dunking on them except making yourself look stupid?
Facts.
Yep.
Talk
Make
about it.
that make sense.
It don't make sense.
We should be celebrating that a small dev was able to put together a formula like this that has captivated the whole gaming world, right?
I mean,
In preview.
I mean,
It's-
preview.
It's early access, game preview, whatever you want to call it. I was like, this team literally pulled off what any dev would wish for as a Cinderella story, a game that they've openly been
and
developing.
that's why they
for-
mad.
Yeah, exactly, because it's exactly that. It's a Cinderella story that they wish that they had.
Well, hold on now.
A small team, openly developing a game for well over 4 or 5 years, with a budget of $7 million that they had to get themselves, has sold a game that is absolutely done. What company wouldn't want to say, "Oh, we have almost 10 million sales in 1 week for a no-name studio with a random game concept that they wanted to put together"?
Go ahead, Ham.
Yeah, sorry. go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is it's a mixture. And to me, this has been going on for years now, but more now than ever, especially since you're starting to see the marry of PC and console gaming more than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
The outright just snobbery within the industry. And to me, that's the issue with it. You say we need to up the prices in games to keep up with what we want, right? Meanwhile, Vampire Survivors, can you explain that? I'm only using one stick in that game. I don't use any buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And that,
Can we?
Shout out to Cozy for getting me into that game. Shout out to Cozy.
hey man, I've been talking about that game too. I was like,
But
but
she
you
got
know what?
me into it.
Yeah. No, but I told you about the game before, but you never listened to me anyways.
Oh wow!
Because when you talk, it's like watching Japanese porn. There's mad little people out there.
Oh shit! But to him, to kind of add on to that, you bring up you bring that up, right?
Born. He be He be getting more. Yo, he plays Japanese games on his streams with baby oil on. It's crazy.
Hey, listen here. I gotta stay slick for the people. That's all it is.
Okay.
but Ham, to
right.
add on to your conversation, right? Mentioning Vampire Survivors, that was a game that was a simple concept, right? And guess what that game has done since then? It has literally created a brand new genre called auto battlers that has now been taking over the independent.
But the thing is, that's not the first game to do that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it's exactly. It's the one that got popular, and everyone's just like, you know what, this could be fun. Guess what?
You know where those games came from? I'm gonna name the game.
Android.
I'm show my no. Smash TV.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's where that came from.
You hold on.
Yeah.
See, I know you know.
Yeah.
I know you know. You remember the Smash TV joints you used to get that had the like background already printed on there, and then you had the digital dude walking around on the thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
You see, that shows our age, bro. Yeah. So why would I listen to you content creators that's 20 that don't know nothing? Because when I was playing games, you still was trying to get out your father's nuts. Facts.
Woo!
Woo! Anyway, man,
Damn.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I hate to drop the facts on some of these youngins.
No, you don't.
Nah, I don't.
Smash
No,
TV.
I don't.
No, but
Right.
I just wanted to jump on Ham's point because he brings up a good point, because after that game got popular, especially on the indie scene, right? Other devs were just like, hey, we can make our own version of that. And they expand upon it, add their own concepts that make it stand out. And guess what? That genre has now completely blown up.
Yeah, facts.
Why can't the creature catching genre do the same thing?
Some
It doesn't
people
need
just
to
don't
only
have that creativity because they too big. Stop giving them too much credit. They aiming for the fences. I'm gonna tell y'all something after you finish, Blade, because we got to move on. But I'm gonna tell you something that 2 companies have done to get on that indie scene, and they big developers. But continue so I could drop that knowledge. So we can move on to this Nintendo beef.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of going on from what Ham was saying, is that you look at that is when people think creature catcher, they only want to think of Pokemon. Why does that have to be the only game that can exist and do that concept? This game has shown that anyone could do that concept if they do it right and they do it fun.
Yo, facts. Facts.
Can you believe that you had developers from Naughty Dog that had the nerves after what happened with Factions 2 to come out and hate on this game? Like, you son of a, you know what?
Neil
Dirty
Druckmann,
Motors.
where are you?
It cost more than 6.8 million to make, so they cut it.
Yo, listen.
Well, see, in my opinion, it's not just the fact that, Naughty Dog had factions that didn't happen. And then, of course, then you see a Naughty Dog developer come out and say, oh, this game's nefarious or whatnot. I don't know. I don't have any facts. I just have developers' intuition. Like I don't know, just to come out and say something like that is like, this dude's breaking his pinky trying to hold up his glass. I don't understand how somebody that's holding the glass with his pinky out that hard is still thirsty all the goddamn time to look at somebody else in a bad light. But to continue to go off of that, you think of the layoffs and stuff that they had to go through, all the money that they spent to try to produce that game, and then you go back and look at the leaks that happened with Insomniac and see the amount that they paid to make Spider-Man, which is almost, not joking, 100 times more than this game costed to make. And they cannot, they can't seem to get out of the repetitive remake, remaster situation that Naughty Dog currently finds themselves in.
Because
they are so indebted to remakes and remasters that they got that the last thing that they gave us that was fresh and new was a TV show. Think about that. What's the last new game that we got from Naughty Dog? The last new one was the one that they're remastering and giving to you right now. That's a problem.
So you mean they're running out of ideas?
They've been out of ideas.
No, it's not.
I'm saying that they're
listen to
too
this.
big and they left the
Listen to me.
hood. What I'm saying is what some of you guys were talking about earlier. They're too big. They left the hood and they came back 10 years later, tried to talk the same way, kick it with the same folks, but they don't understand how it runs over here anymore. They've been gone for too long.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be retrained. They need
First
some
of
new
all,
folks in there and some new ideas because what they're doing
sorry.
is rinse and repeat, and it's just not pretty.
Let me get
Wait
to
a
this.
minute. You
Go ahead.
you
I'm
mean
sorry.
to tell me they came back to the hood and the young blood they used to send to the store,
It's sending them to the store.
sending that? Oh,
No, wait. So they came back to the hood. They parked their car and they have no tires. It's on blocks.
Yo, listen. Some people forget where they come from. But let me get to this super chat by the excellent and the consistent Sir X-Man. They really mad at 30 the game. It's kicking their butts. Facts. Now listen, let me say something for the record, man. Indie been around a long time. It's just more popular today because a lot of developers want their own creativity and they want their own visions brought to the light. I'm gonna tell you a game that was an indie developed game that got a big budget. Let me drop some knowledge on y'all people out here. That's what I do. Gears of War was a small idea by a small guy, Cliff Belinsky.
Cliffy B.
He went to Epic at the pinnacle, the height of their development teams being successful with Unreal tournaments. These are facts. Hey, I got a game. I got a personal project that I would like to bring to Epic that would be dope. It's an idea. What is it called? Gears of War. Nope. We doing Unreal. We need to get this game out. We need to show Unreal Engine. What was it, 3 at the time? Am I right? Or
Yep.
was it? All right.
Yeah, it was Unreal 3 because that was during Tournament 3.
We need to get this engine out, show what the game could do, show what the effects could do, how developers can take advantage of this new Unreal Engine. Cliff, you can kick rocks. You can take that. You can take that game somewhere else. You can shop it somewhere else. We give you permission. He brought that indie idea to the mighty Microsoft. Yo, listen. You're making a 360, 256. It's not good enough in memory. But if you give me 512, this is what it could look like on a console. This is my idea. This is my baby. This is my dream. This is my small one-man idea. Am I wrong, chat? Am I
Nope.
wrong, panel?
No.
now let me ask you a question. Because Cliffy B put out a statement basically saying stop asking him about coming back to Gears. He'd like to come back, but Phil ain't give him that call. He ain't get the tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So he's moving on. So the question is, should they bring him back, or is it better if he moves on to bigger and better things?
I think it's better he move on because Gears has moved in a greater direction. That team definitely can handle those graphics, the story-based telling. Gears has never fell off. You may not like every Gears, but who likes every movie in a series? You always got a favorite, right?
Yep.
Avengers, Fast and Furious, John Wick, don't matter. You always got that one you like more than the other, right? Gears is fine. So I don't say bring him back because he's a tyrant and he need a check.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit of a loose cannon from a PR perspective.
He's crazy.
And
He says
he's
crazy
a bit wild.
things. But
He's wild.
But I'm a name before we move on to this Nintendo versus Palworld and ponies. This is the facts. Indie games are doing so well, they're getting out indied by big companies. Lemon, what are you talking about? What do you mean they're getting out indied? Did y'all forget Shadow Complex made by Epic? One of the greatest indie developed games by a major corporation. Trek the Yomi, Devolver Digital. Did y'all forget this?
don't forget Death's Door.
Oh yeah, Death's Door, another one.
Don't forget, there's also Have a Nice Death. I was like, there's a lot of games that you can look at it.
Listen, and we got a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Persia is an indie game developed by top-notch company that's kicking fire out of indie games graphically, levels, sound. You don't get no indie games like that goddamn Prince of Persia. Let's be real here. They see where the money at. So instead of crying, compete.
Get to work.
Compete. I just named games that we all play by major companies that's out Indieing the indie developers. Those are the facts. Pay attention, people. See what's going on. Because we can get great indie titles that don't cost 30, 40, 50, 60 million, $250 million budget. We can get that.
I got one for you.
It's awesome. Go ahead.
Soda Drinker Pro.
I ain't never.
Yeah,
played that.
Soda Drinker.
I don't
That's
even know
one.
what that is.
Hell, look at,
let me,
you know what?
Who made that?
You want to know what's an indie game that's taking over the world right now, especially on the creator side? Look at Lethal Company.
No,
$10
but I'm talking
game.
about big major corporations doing
But-
indie games that can compete with.
But
the
those
likes
are
of
just
Palworld.
those are just gonna be dope. But those are just AA games. I was like,
No,
they're
no,
still
but I'm
published by
saying-
large companies.
Right, but they're indie type games.
Indie type games is gonna be something if you look at it like
the
a
new
way out.
Metroid
No,
and
no,
Nintendo.
like look
the
at
new
a way
Metroid
out.
and Nintendo. You think that's a AAA game?
The new Metroid, I was like, that's a AA. But I was like, but
to
the
say
thing
the
is,
most.
it's still a big budget game because it's
not.
It's
It was not a big budget game. That's what I'm trying to explain here. That was my point of reasoning, brother. These are not big games. Shadow Complex took nothing to make. Nothing. Neither did Prince of Persia. $100 million game.
But those aren't indies. I was like, indies is specifically anything that's a very small project. I was like, even if you look at it as an independent that's getting published a part of a big company's, if you really want to look at like the EA originals, and you want to look at something like the Deck 13 Spotlights.
This is what I said. For a big company like Ubisoft to make a small game like Prince of Persia.
But I'm still
Listen to me,
saying
let
that's
me
not.
finish.
But
let me finish. It's not a big budget game for them. Do you understand?
yeah, but I'm still not going to call it an indie game because it's not. It's not.
Game. I said
you said it's an indie.
No.
Yeah, you're saying it's out
indie
indie game.
Hold on. I said they out indie the indie game. I didn't say it's an indie game.
But that's what I'm saying is that it's
an indie game.
But that's what I'm saying is that I wouldn't even consider that because I would just call it. I would just say that it's a AA to a lower budget title, but it's still coming from a very big publishing house.
It is. That's my whole point. But it's not an indie game. But look what they're doing. They're taking a small budget and out indieing the indie games. That's my point. That was the whole point. They're not indie games. But look, for the budgets that they released for Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, they didn't spend that type of money on goddamn Prince of Persia. Not even close. Those are big budget games. This is a small game, small studio, small amount of developers making a great title. That's my point. They don't gotta, if they spend, look at this game, Palworld, $6.8 million, right? That's still a lot of money. That's still a lot. But when Ubisoft spend about the same money, look what they're producing. That's what I'm saying. They out Indian. I didn't call it an indie game, but they out Indian.
So it's like you saying they making the kind of games that the indie developers were making, and they're blowing it out.
Yes.
By having that smaller budget, bringing the budget, and again, that's super point. Important because you can still have one or two of the big AAA games or whatever, but you can make so much bang for your buck and have more creative projects that real gamers play and keep people employed by saying, listen, we're going to spend the best $10 million we ever spent.
That's what I'm talking. That's my point, Bloody. That's my point.
That's what I was trying to understand where you were coming from.
No, but that's my point. They don't for Ubisoft to make a major title that's selling under a AAA number, and they doing that small form factor, right? Because Nintendo didn't spend a lot of money on Metroid, bro. That game was like $11 million. That's not a lot.
I get where you're coming. I get what you're saying now.
Last of Us 300, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying now.
As a AAA company, $10 million to make a game that's a hit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, but there's very few companies that are willing to do that. I was like, Microsoft and obviously Nintendo, one of the few. Because look at the budget for something like State of Decay. Look at Grounded. Look at Sea of Thieves when it came out. Those were very small.
Very small budgets, but they got high revenue.
Yep.
That's
what it is. And look at State of Decay. That game's been running for what, 6-7 years now? Because it came out what, 2018?
State of Decay. The next one's gonna be even better because they had a tiny budget. And look at Halo. No matter what they said about Halo, Halo generated $1 billion. No matter what they say about Starfield on Game Pass, it generated $1 billion. Those are the big boys. But everybody ain't got to generate $1 billion to be successful.
And now I heard somebody to say, "Oh, Prince of Persia didn't chart." What a lot of people don't understand, Prince of Persia don't need to chart to be successful because they didn't spend an arm and a leg to do it. And even when we go and look at Hellblade 2, I bet you that game had a $50 million budget or less.
Probably.
I'm
less.
gonna say it has.
And guess what? They went from a team of 20 making the first one to like 50.
You know,
there's one. And they still built something.
Still a small studio.
There's one indie game that I'd like to give credit to right now, since we're on this topic. Is look at the Five Nights at Freddy franchise, right? Like that started out really small, and now that franchise has grown so big, and it's one of the biggest cosplay franchises as well right now. If you cosplay as a Five Nights at Freddy character and you have an Instagram account, you're getting millions of followers.
I still didn't like that movie, though. I didn't like that movie.
That
you know
movie,
who had the better one?
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this because we talked about this. The movie is enjoyable for people who don't know whatever, but it was a movie built for fans, because if you know it in and out like me and Akumu do, you would get every small little major reference throughout that film.
Bro. I just
I get it.
Missing,
I was like, I get that,
Freddy,
and that's what I'm saying is that if you didn't enjoy it, that's perfectly fine, because at the end of the day, they wanted to make a film that was specifically for its community. So maybe enjoyable for those who don't know it.
I can attest to that because my 13-year-old is all like, she knows all the lore.
She all into it, huh?
And she when I tell you we watched the movie together and she paused it every scene, talking about, you don't understand.
Right.
I can't see the movie. But we also Nicolas Cage did like a something that was kind of a ripoff of Five Nights at Freddy. You remember that?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, it came out in 2020. It was 2022. It was literally it was inspired and to kind of satire and also make something funny in that same style. They're just like, all right, well, the Five Nights at Freddy's film isn't going to come out. We're going to make our own non-official Five Nights at Freddy's film. And it had him and some other girl. It was the girl who was in the new Scream movies before she got popular here. And Nicolas Cage was an entirely quiet, silent.
He never spoke.
Never said a single word, but he was hilarious throughout the whole thing.
Send me that on Twitter.
And listen, the wild thing is,
I got you.
The premise of that is if the robots, they got stuck with the wrong one that night.
Yeah.
So it was like if you locked Lemon in there with them robots. What's Lemon doing?
He's fucking them up.
Yo, look, I want to say something about that. That remind me of Weekend at Bernie's. Shout out to the people that pushed their dead family member through the airport and thought nobody was gonna catch them. Weekend at Bernie's, man. Come on, in real life, come on. You thought you wasn't gonna get caught sneaking that dead body on the plane? Wow.
Nope.
Anyway,
y'all saw that Roadhouse trailer?
Is it a remake of Kevin Spacey? What's his
Patrick
name?
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
They better not mess. They better not mess that up. That movie's a classic. That was the smallest.
There's one thing I always had to say.
Club bouncer in the world. That movie is gangster. Wait.
So I had to say something. I was like, when I was growing up, I always got Patrick Swayze and Kurt Russell.
Bacon?
No, Kurt Russell. Confused because they look exactly the same. And they had the same hairstyle in the 80s. I was like, the whole time I always thought one was the other.
It wasn't just you.
Look.
It wasn't just you.
But listen,
No,
man, we
it
gotta
wasn't
move
the
on,
wasn't
man.
the Magnum PI. It was that slick back like pompadour that they had.
Pompadour.
Hey,
like-
last thing before you move on, Lemon. You see what you're talking about? These AAA studios need to go and bring the budgets down and get more creative. My friends over at Sega are doing that right now with
Yeah.
all of those games they bringing back, and I guarantee you those games
Streets
ain't
of
breaking the
Rage,
budget.
Jet
Streets
Set
of Rage,
Radio,
Golden Axe,
Golden
all
Axe.
that.
Yup, Sega coming back hard, baby.
Yo, listen, people. I know y'all see my background. That Sonic 2 Adventure 1992 Genesis release is a dedication to my man Everborn, man. You hear what I'm saying? Yo, Asante, I'll see you in the chat. You could be in the chat. You could be on the podcast, sucker.
Talk to him.
Don't make me go
Tell
to
him.
Florida. I'll come see you. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Asante, the other better half, not the better half, but the other half of the Gaming Circle podcast. I had a great show today, man. No, not today. Last week. I wasn't there today.
No? Okay.
Wasn't I was knocked out. But listen,
No,
man.
I just want to say,
Okay.
I just want to say, Lemon, that I really love the Game Circle podcast, and I don't remember if it was Everborn or Asante, but on one episode, one of you guys showed off like all the handhelds, the Steam Deck, the Rogue Ally, and that was a
they
good
can show
episode.
you the VR headsets too. Between both of them, they got everything.
I really enjoyed
I'm
that
waiting
one.
to see one of y'all dive in and get that Apple headset.
You know what? I got some big things planned, and I can't justify it at the
All
moment.
right, well, if you get that, you're gonna hear that. Yo, it's Lemon at the door.
Lemon's gonna be like, "Did you get the buy one get one?"
Yo, listen, man. Listen, we got 56 people in the chat. Shout out to y'all, man. Give yourselves a round of applause for pulling up. Please hit that subscribe or the like button. Either or, man. Share this out. Get your people involved, man. We definitely trying to get y'all this content. Now, damn, this is the second topic. God damn, we gotta move. Listen, Palworld, Nintendo beef, man. It looks like Nintendo has, what's the name of the company, man? I need goddamn
The
PK.
Pokemon Company.
The Pokemon Company. They
Pokemon Company and
they
Game
trying
Freak,
to come after. They trying to come after Palworld for the mods and the resemblance of characters in Palworld. At first I was like, man, y'all bugging, and then somebody put up the characters, like comparisons.
You mean the character models?
Yeah,
The mesh?
no, the comparisons.
Well,
right.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
bugging.
So-
Hold on,
go-
let me
go-
finish.
go-
Let me finish. So it's like, okay, bro, y'all gonna have to switch up some of them designs because it was real close, right? It may be Pokemon meets Fortnite, but the comparisons are crazy. And shout out to them ponies, man. Y'all be crying for games. You should be crying to Sony to get a game preview situation popping on your platform so you don't got to sit on the side and hate on people enjoying games. That's another thing.
Yeah. Gonna send that baby after them that stole my Xbox.
Nintendo, y'all making a lot of money. There's a lot of games with Pokemon style characters because it didn't start with Pokemon. It's a Japanese anime type style character. There's characters that look like Pokemon in Final Fantasy. You
mean Dragon Quest that look like Pokemon? Yeah.
Dragon Quest too.
Dragon Quest.
I can keep going and how many games got animals in it and they look cutesy. I can name anime that have cutesy characters because that's a Japanese style thing, right? You got Yu-Gi-Oh! Same thing, right? We got Yu-Gi-Oh! Right?
Yep.
So everything is not affiliated with Pokemon, right? So y'all making an argument that y'all need to chill out. You can't, Nintendo themselves can't attack this game because they don't run Pokemon. Facts.
No, they own Pokemon.
They own it. They don't run it. There's a difference.
They own 30% of the Pokemon Company.
Yeah, so they have a say in Pokemon. They have a heavy
of course
say.
they have a say, but they can't come after this game. Now, there's a freedom thing on PC I love a lot, man. Shout out to that game Sifu. When you was able to get the Dark Knight, the Incredible Hulk, John Wick, to name a few of these mods. If people are modding, putting Pikachu in there, and y'all deciding, let's say in 2026, to put your games on PC, and you don't like modding, I don't think Nintendo needs to play with PC. because that whole community is about mods. So I'm gonna go to you, clowns. You're a PC-based guy. The beef with Palworld. Do you think Nintendo's gonna take this to court? And why are the ponies who's running for the hills? It's crazy how they running for the hills out here, right?
Fast as fuck, boy.
Do you think
Still
that
fast
this
as
game
fuck,
is gonna
boy.
get some backlash
Come
for
get some.
community-based mods that's made by us, the
Fast as
gamers?
fuck, boy.
Get those likes up, people. Let's get
Still
it.
fast.
Well, I mean, it's two separate issues here, right? You have the modder who made the Pokemon mod for Palworld, and he did release it for free. It's not like he was charging for it. They sent him a DMCA, so he complied. He took it down, so he should be okay because he listened to the law. Yep. I can see Nintendo protecting their IP because they don't want Ash Ketchum with Pokemon shooting guns. I get that. Okay, so that's your right, Nintendo. Yep. You own those characters. Do what you want to do. Now, as far as Palworld and all these people that are trying to cancel it, saying, "Oh, it's a clone of Pokemon. Oh, they look so similar." Just because an animal has 4 legs and a deer has 4 legs doesn't make them similar, right? It's just the fact that they have 4 legs. Now, you cannot in America or under the U.S. law and all the countries that follow U.S. IP law, you cannot copyright an idea. Ideas are free. If you copyright an idea, there would be no Garbage Pail Kids versus Cabbage Patch Kids.
Facts.
There would not be no more than one cop show. Departed would not have mimicked a show in Japan. I can't remember the name of it.
Which one?
I don't know. So
I got one for you, clowns.
Yeah.
Digimon.
Yeah, Digimon. Yeah, I mean,
I got a classic for you.
Yeah.
No Power Rangers without Voltron.
There you go. See, you
I mean,
can't.
the NFL today would be like half the size.
If you really want to do it, I was like, Voltron is one.
The
is one thing,
NFL
but it would
and
have been
NBA
more.
would be like half the size. There couldn't have been any other competition.
Realistically, it wouldn't be Power Rangers without Kamen Rider, and Kamen Rider wouldn't be without Ultraman. Ultraman was literally the OG. I was like, it's Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and then you have the Yo Rangers.
You know where Ultraman came from?
Listen.
No.
How many ripoffs of Kong?
That's a quiz. Paul. Clowns.
Paul. Wow.
Wow.
Whoa. Throw pineapples
You did not roll up on this podcast. You walked in here.
You're getting some pineapples underneath.
He is calling bad.
But where did Ultraman come from?
Japan.
Nope. Where did he originate from? The character.
That I don't know. I wouldn't know that.
Godzilla,
yep.
Because
he was one of the OG kaiju fighters.
Yep. Yes, he was. Godzilla.
And there's this whole other thing too, right? That people are saying, "Oh, they used AI. The meshes are just like Pokemon."
Yeah, they're making stuff up.
Yeah, they're making stuff up. The developer who said that retracted his statement and said, "Sorry, I just fabricated that because I wanted to get people upset." He apologized and deleted his tweet. What a bunch of frauds and whiny little babies out there. Do you think Microsoft would have picked this game up if they thought there was going to be a legal battle? No, they wouldn't have picked it up, okay? They wouldn't have picked it up if they thought there was going to be a legal battle. Now, because everybody's crying in Nintendo, hey, this upsets my Pokemon dreams.
You should go after them.
Pokemon dreams, go after them. Of course, Nintendo's going to issue a statement and said, "Okay, we hear you. We're investigating." But if Nintendo had anything, they're the first company that would stop you immediately. They don't have anything because it's still out there. So, right.
Okay, I want to go after clowns because I want to add on to this because I have a lot to say because I've looked into this a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's where I'm going with this, right? Like, and the other thing, too, I'm really tired of this crap. Listen, I will tell you that I don't think it's cool that AI steals from artists, but I will tell you this, okay? AI is not illegal. There is no law against it in the whole United States of America. Our Congress is on board with AI taking stuff because they won't pass legislation. And every major tech company and lobbyist organization are pushing for AI. In fact, AI is so legal that I was in a meeting with SAG-AFTRA and their union reps for 2 hours. I got invited to the meeting to cover for press. And for 2 hours, you know what we heard? AI is legal. We can't do anything about it. We'd like to get on board and make deals with companies now because we found out that even if you put your voice out there in the public domain, if you're on a radio show, if you're on a YouTube channel, hey, companies can take your voice without your permission. They don't even have to tell you.
Well, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Before you go real quick, Lemon, I just want to throw out there that there are companies being made, Glaze, Nightshade, that are actively trying to help out artists with AI and whatnot, and also help out developers as well and catch things before they become some sort of copyright infringement or something like that. So they're already working towards this. My whole thing is these devs are getting mad because it's getting easier for the common folk to do stuff.
Yeah, because they want to monopolize and milk you like cows. Because most of these developers who you see and I've interviewed, when we talk behind the scenes and I talk about their salary a year, now listen, I'm a six-figure guy, man, about 140 to 150 a year. There's no way that your game sells $10 million and you making $45,000 a year.
I just want to say,
Everborn? Do you see the difference in numbers? Like, I don't even know 10 million people, but you go out here, bust your behind. They got you on crunch. You're not sleeping. You're not seeing your family. Your game is successful. You had all these interviews and all these PAXs, these game comms, these Tokyo Game Show, and you making $40,000 to $50,000 a year. There's no way I should make triple your salary, and you working harder than me. Yeah, I average like 162 hours every 2 weeks, but I ain't no developer. I ain't bringing millions of people satisfaction and entertainment. They should be getting paid. And now with this AI, I mean, you know, it is what it is. They losing control.
So here, I mean, when it's my turn, I will address that because I think. Go ahead.
I just want to finish one thing on what Ham Solo said. He was talking about how these companies are trying to get on top to protect devs and artists, and that is true. But the biggest problem is going to come down to if Congress doesn't act on this and they allow AI to keep going the way it's going because they're backed by $3 trillion lobbyists or $2 billion lobbyists or whatever it is, Congress is going to tell the courts just to go along with AI in the future. And all these companies doing this now is going to be a moot point because Marvel may be mad about it now, but they're at the point where this is Marvel right now, right? Mm-hmm. Marvel says, okay, we don't like people using AI to steal our characters, but then if we fight it and we stop it, then we can't use AI ourselves.
Facts. But I'm gonna say this before you go. God, I'm sorry. Let me say this before you go, Everborn, because this opportunity to you. You and your wife have his and her Teslas, correct?
Yes, we do.
Those are the highest driven. Right. Those are the highest driven AI cars on the planet.
Yep.
So with that being said, let my boy take the floor, and he definitely got that knowledge because Tesla's definitely with that AI stuff. So to continue, bro.
Yeah, so I think, and this is not about what Clowns is saying because I do think it's important to pay attention to these things, but I do think there's a lot of misconceptions out there about AI, and we all saw Terminator. So like when we hear AI, we think like, you know what I'm saying, the machines are gonna take over, right?
Skynet.
But when we really like sit back and look at these things, every one of us is using some form of machine learning and AI right now as we speak. When we look at just because we all think, oh, this is going to come here, it's going to do more work, and that's going to allow and the AI is going to take our jobs. I'm telling you right now, if you are a competent writer or an artist, AI is not taking no time soon. You can tell right away when AI tried to create a story or tried to create some art, right? Lemon, I think you're on mute. You said something?
No, I'm talking to my daughter. She's
okay.
leaving.
Okay, my bad. No, I thought you said, okay, cool. So my point is, AI, the problem with regulating AI is you shut it down now. Do you think China or Russia is going to stop developing AI if we do that?
Not at all.
Right. So it's not as simple as saying, well, let's put a pause on it or let's slow it down. I think this is just my opinion, right? And there's room for a lot of other opinions on this. It is a tool that helps people become more productive to take care of the repetitive tasks, right? So what happens, right? We got Unreal Engine 5, and everybody loves the fact that you can now make a AAA looking game with a team that is 1/10 the size.
Facts.
You know what's inside of Unreal Engine 5? A lot of machine learning, a lot of AI stuff, right?
Wasn't
and
he
so,
bragging about Series X Everborn having machine learning?
Right, and so this is the thing. Even though Unreal Engine allows smaller teams to punch above their weight, what it has not done is caused any AAA studios to say, you know what? We're going to hire less people. They can't even find enough. Now, they did hire too many people, but it's not Unreal Engine that's replacing people's jobs. It's that there's a revenue problem and there was a boom and we are returning to 2019 levels of headcount to a lot of these companies. Those are the things that they don't want to talk about to you when it comes to these layoffs, right? So what AI can do is that can allow clowns or Ham or Lemon to say, you know what? I wanted to make a game. I don't know how to code. Let me tell the AI what I'm doing and let it do that so now I can focus on the creativity. Right. And so now what we can do is have, just like Unreal Engine could have a 15-person game, a 15-man team make a game that used to take 300 people to make 7 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. AI is going to allow people that may not have all of those technology skills to now go and focus on what's the important thing, the creativity. And they will now, maybe a 2-man team can do what it used to take a 15-man team to do. But what I will tell you is all of these companies need to put games out. So what I don't really see happening, at least in the near term, is I don't see these studios saying AI is going to replace these jobs. Oh, I like that dog.
I gotta shut my door. Sorry, guys.
I don't see these companies gonna say, okay, cool. This AI is here. It's gonna help with this, that, and the third. Guess what? Now, instead of taking one game that takes 6-7 years to build and may get canceled, you know what I'm saying, Blizzard, maybe that AI can help people bring down the production time and the amount of people and the budgets.
Right.
To instead of 6 years, maybe it comes down to 3. Right. So these are the things. And I'm not saying this to be like, put my head in the sand. It's all good and kumbaya. But if we look at it like it's just bad and we're afraid of it, we are going to get overlapped by competitors around the world. And we are going to miss the fact that this is now has the potential to take some of the things that were gate kept by these people who don't like the Palworlds and things like that, because they got the backing of these $100 billion companies, and it will put it into the hands of
fair playing field. A fair playing field.
So who's to say that those people are more important than the other people who don't have that backing?
No,
and
facts.
They can't get a whole team together.
Facts.
So I'm just saying this to put another side of it, because I feel like people hear the word AI and they get scared, but sometimes you got to embrace it and ride the wave.
But the thing about it at the same time is that the reason that certain people don't like AI, and this is because I'm friends with a lot of them, is that with the machine learning, it's great for doing the repetitive tasks. It's the fact of people who are using it to replicate and recreate someone else's art style to utilize without paying them, stealing their entire repertoire to create something themselves. That's the issue, is that you look at some of my artist friends, you look at like Ozzy the Virus, you look at Soul King, they have a very specific art style that they utilize, that they have created themselves. And someone could say, oh, teach the AI, I want to use this person's style, and tell it what they want to recreate. It will create an image using their art.
Okay, let me say this, buddy. Let me say this. I get your point, right? Credit cards are good until somebody steal your goddamn card number. right? Right?
Yeah.
Here,
Okay, but let me.
I
say
got
this.
something to say on this because
Well,
I
a
have a lot of.
firearm could kill you.
Right. Let me give you a scenario. Right. Everybody like AI until they have an opinion that might hurt what they like. Right. I got two DJI drones. What you think? How you think that thing follow me around while I'm doing these videos and all that? Right. It's AI. I got a DJI RS2, right? I could film myself. I circle a box around me. I could walk and talk. You think I got a cameraman. That AI is fantastic, right? S24 just dropped. They got new AI picture features to move around and do all these special effects with AI. Oh, that's good, right? Stop being selective.
No,
Oh,
it's
what?
not.
No,
It's about
you.
being
No, hold
selective.
on, not you. I'm saying in general. We gotta open our eyes, like Everborn is saying. It's not anti-AI. Everything has a side note that's bad. I've told clowns this. NFTs was a great idea, but what did I tell you, clowns? It's not gonna last.
They're bringing
because
it back. They're calling it something different.
they're gonna try. But I told you, they're gonna find faults, and it's gonna be a bad idea. You see companies jumped in at first, and then they backed off. Because there's always a bad side. Now, how much of the bad side will affect you is something else. Everything is good until somebody do something. Credit cards was good until people learn how to steal your cards. It's just what life do. You got to adapt with the times. Like Everborn said, you can't sit in the back burner and let other people take advantage of AI while we say, oh, no, it's bad. We're not doing it.
That's where the biggest thing is that it comes down to the way it's being utilized. I was like, that's with anything though. I would say, but right now the way that a lot of AI generation is being utilized is a lot of replicating people's art. I was like,
but you're wrong.
But that's not
no,
true.
No, but
that's
the biggest. That is the biggest fear. I was like, just like with robots, just like with machines, just like when we learn how to use the production line. I was like, it makes certain jobs repetitive, broken down, and easier to manufacture. And then you have to create an entirely separate industry. You have to create a different job to oversee that. Now you have production line managers that are watching the robots that are helping to make sure that everything gets made. You have to move things around. Yes, I get that. But it's a matter of fact that when it comes to AI, yes, it is legal, but it's going to come down to how it's being properly utilized. And as Clowns brought up, is that it needs to be regulated. It has to have a certain level of protection for both the artist and the industry-wide, so that way it doesn't get out of control where it harms both sides.
Okay, I got you.
But I gotta say something.
I'm gonna let you say it. Hold on, but listen, real quick, clowns. This conversation ain't about AI. Shout out to you for bringing that up. But after you say your point, we gotta go to Ham with his beef between Nintendo, Sony.
See, I didn't even get to touch on my Nintendo's beef.
No. Listen, you said enough.
About everything that wasn't exactly what the topic was.
Well, exactly.
You talked more than me.
Listen, we gotta keep going. We got other topics, bro. We gotta move. So,
all right.
Clowns,
I'm gonna say this.
Say your point. We're gonna go to Ham, and then we're gonna keep moving.
I'm friends with almost everybody at Marvel. I'm friends with a lot of people at DC. I'm friends with a lot of people that run Comic Cons. I'm friends with unions that represent actors. I'm in press meetings all the time with these people. And I will say this. You cannot copyright an art style. You can't. You can copyright your character. You can trademark your character, but you can't copyright an art style. I could, if I wanted to, I could look at Everborn's work and be like, that's inspirational to me. I want to draw something similar, but I don't want to copy him.
Right.
I would be allowed to do that. I cannot copy his characters because they're his copyright, but I could draw something similar or similar in fashion.
And that's how many artists start out, being inspired by other people.
Yes, that's how a lot of us. I was inspired to do YouTube by somebody.
That was my point.
I was inspired to box because of somebody.
Hey,
I was inspired to play basketball because of somebody, right? But anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, Everborn.
No. I was saying, I unfortunately, I gotta stop at 8. I just got a text for something I got to deal with. That's super important.
Listen, when you go to end the stream, just smile and look in the camera. So it stays like that. No, seriously, look in the camera and leave because it's gonna leave a still image of you.
Okay. No, I mean I could keep this going on. I could stay in the thing so it don't mess anything up.
Oh.
So that's fine. I'm just saying I got to deal with something
That's all right.
at 8. But go ahead, y'all go ahead because I don't want to slow it down because I only
Ham.
got like 15 minutes.
Talk about this beef between Nintendo that they want to bring up and the ponies going crazy. They running for the hills. It's crazy outside, man. It's crazy.
Well, the fact of the matter is, you know, I mean, I hear, you know, Luke said the exact same
turn
thing.
down your gain, son.
What's that?
Your gain on your mic. It sound like you yelling at us.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I haven't done anything different.
No. It's super loud. Is it me, y'all, or is it?
No. It came up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can turn that down. Real quick.
Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Yo, listen, I'm gonna make an announcement before we move into the next topic, so keep it pushing.
There we go. Is that good?
Oh, that's excellent.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Yeah, so yeah, I heard Loki even talking about this, and some people saying because I'm gonna go with the whole PlayStation thing that you were talking about first, and you know, I even heard my brother Loki like love him, but he was just like, they need to have these games available everywhere, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, you know, the passive gamer in me says you're absolutely right. They should have this everywhere. You know what else they should have? Final Fantasy Rebirth on Xbox.
Yes.
Oh.
Facts.
That would be pretty cool too. And you know, for spoken, you know, just, you know, it'd be cool to have some of these games over here too. But the fact of the matter is we don't. And I just find it mad interesting that here you are, y'all got, you know, Final Fantasy Rebirth, remake of 7, you know, the Final Fantasy MMO that
14, but we about to get 14.
Yeah,
out.
Right. It's coming, but we don't got that yet, right?
Yeah.
Y'all have had that for a hot minute. Y'all got Genshin,
Decades.
Impact, like, hold on a second. Like, don't say that. Oh, there's a big splash somewhere else. Not fair. No,
Right.
it hasn't been fair for years.
For years.
But you know,
As soon as we get something that they
These
want,
the same dudes say
No,
Grand Theft
we
Auto
just so
6
happen
is
to get
going to be
something that you
exclusive
want,
to
and it's like-
PlayStation. Same dudes.
and like people are being told to feel bad, and you're seeing developers that are clearly working at, you know,
Sony.
PlayStation stuff like that sound sideways, and it's just like it's just an interesting time to be alive as an Xbox gamer, or really a gamer anywhere else but PlayStation.
I mean,
Facts.
Ham, I was like, that's why the whole
Sorry, what?
Xbox. I was saying that's why the whole conversation about Xbox going third party, we going to be getting all these games on our platform. It's just like, oh, suddenly now y'all want our stuff?
You know what? Clowns, we have a problem in aisle 6. Can you please go clean up aisle 6? And Clowns goes, what do you mean? Please wipe up the pony tears. We do not want nobody to sue us, and take our Xbox money. So please, Clowns, people, ladies and gentlemen, let's shop it in the dairy section. Please walk around, go around to the spaghetti section, and please do not walk through the dairy section, because I'm sending Clowns over there to clean up aisle 6. We got to get these pony tears up. Get them pony tears up, please. Clowns,
Can I
please.
say something about that? This whole third-party rumor is a port begging psyop. Do not fall.
Oh
to
no,
the
I know, but
okey-doke.
I'm just saying that the whole thing is that they say that our games are trash, that Xbox isn't good, but as soon as there's a rumor of, oh, we're gonna get Halo, we're gonna get Gears on PlayStation,
what
they're all
I'm-
excited.
This is what I'm saying. Like, they think they slick. You're not gonna run around here.
Believe it.
No, but here's the thing. This was very clearly outlined. And again, some games might go to places that have a bigger audience. Because you know what? Sea of Thieves, whether we like it or not, has
It's
the
huge.
potential to be the next Minecraft.
Yep, facts.
Right? And
Yep.
what it would be great is if you had a Call of Duty, a Minecraft, and a Sea of Thieves doing big numbers that's funding what? more Hellblades and Avoweds and
Boom.
Fables. Because guess what?
Preach.
This was all and people are acting dumbfounded and confused and running every which way. And you got these yellow belly Xbox fans that fall for this okey doke every.
The punk
Talk
thing.
about it.
I don't want to curse. I
They
almost
get-
cursed every time. Every time they
bullshit.
fall for this stuff.
There it is.
And then they act like the sky's falling. Listen, Microsoft said this. They have a chart that they put out, and it's green in the middle and then red on each side.
Yep.
And they show you in the green is what is valuable for exclusive. And what did they say? AAA games for the core gamer, often single player, and then on one side in the red that has more value being everywhere is the sort of zeitgeist titles like Minecraft and Call of Duty. And then on the other end of the spectrum is red, which means the value of being everywhere are going to be the niche games. They're great, but it's going to be like Psychonauts 2. It's going to be Fallout 76.
Uh-oh.
And those and like I said,
It's
some
gonna
of
be
these select
Fallout
titles.
70 Everborn has dropped from the party. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that we know that they were in the process of saying certain games are going to be, and there are some games that make sense. As much as we don't like it, it makes sense. Look at something like Sea of Thieves with how much money that has made as a continuously free updated game, and how much content that they've added in there. What is the biggest sustainer for that? Microtransactions and community support. So why not put that on more platforms? That would be great for something that has an aesthetic that matches the community interest of something like Nintendo and stuff like that. That would make sense. That would make sense.
Let's not talk rumors here. We don't do that.
No, I know that. I'm just saying that
Microsoft is not going third party. We're gonna stop.
No, I know that. I'm just saying it's as funny as just going off of what Ham said is that
Sea of Thieves,
that they want
Spider-Man. Whole lot.
They get mad at us when we have a game that they want, but
This
suddenly
Microsoft
all the games that we
has
have that
won.
are exclusive, they trash on until there's talks of it going to their platform.
It's no talks. It's an idiot on Twitter saying
I know it's an idiot. I know it's an idiot.
Bloody. We're gonna stop. We're not gonna talk about people that say dumb stuff on Twitter and make a topic out of it. We're not doing that here. There's no viable reasoning for us to say every time somebody says something on Twitter, we are not gonna comment it on here. They can say whatever they want. That's not the facts. That is emotional ponies running for the hills.
That's emotional damage?
Right. That's a fact. That's emotional damage. You heard? We're not, people go on Twitter and say stupid crap all the time. We're not doing that here. We talk gaming. I love my PlayStation. I love my Nintendo, my PC, and my Xbox, and my Asus ROG Ally. We talk gaming, not idiots making things up on Twitter for attention and clicks. We not doing that. Let's shut that down. We going into another topic, man. Had to put my foot down on that one. Boot and facts.
Damn, you just put the boot on my neck. I'm sorry.
Let's go, man. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2, man. What we doing? Multiplayer? And what would
I
you think
apologize,
it would
Lemon.
be?
It feels like anytime I step into a topic, I derail.
No. Bro, this is, first of all, this is a
And then I
gaming
end up
conversation.
playing Palworld while
Nothing
y'all
stays
keep-
on
Well,
topic.
y'all keep
That's-
arguing.
No, yeah.
This is why I had to reel it in with AI. Hold on, Clown. Clown started that. AI. Then everybody went left. Whoa, let's bring it back. Let's get back on.
And
Everyone
that,
got hot.
ladies and gentlemen, is what a good host does.
Yo, facts. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let's get into this Cyberpunk and the possibility of having a multiplayer. Now, every game doesn't deserve a multiplayer or need a multiplayer. Where is factions?
I'm pretty sure no one's gonna let that down for any time soon.
But I'm saying, I'm Everborn. Our super guest, what would you think a Cyberpunk multiplayer would be? Would it be a co-op or would it be a versus? Because that game got some gunplay in it.
I feel like it would be more like a GTA Online, where you just running around in the sandbox. They got whatever their currency is over there. I think GTA is like shark cards and things like that's. I think would be the closest analogy to what a multiplayer Cyberpunk would be. And there's so much going on in Night City, so like
it's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That
I
expansion
don't rock
is
with
bigger than
multiplayer
most games.
but I would.
Yup.
Yeah. You
To
know
be
how
fair,
they do.
that's CD Projekt Red though. They always make huge ass expansions.
Yo, listen, man. Facts. The Witcher 3.
The Witcher alone. Look at Blood and Wine. Blood and Wine's the best example.
Right. But continue, Everborn.
No. I really think it'll be they'll go with the GTA Online route, and they'll just be different heists going on, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? Going against the. I wonder if they do it like maybe they do it like factions, the corpos versus the street kids.
Damn.
But where is factions?
They're gonna call it Turf Wars. That's what it is.
All
Neil
right, man. Y'all
Druckmann, where are you?
are terrible.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Since we talking about Cyberpunk, Pan Am or what's the name? What is it?
Oh, easily Pan Am.
Judy?
Well, no. What's the other name? The hacker. Pan
Judy.
Am is the one out in the sticks.
Dang, I can't. It's not Julia, is it? No, I don't think it's.
No, I thought it was Judy.
Judy. Yeah.
Judy.
Yeah,
Judy. Okay.
yeah. I was gonna say, don't
All
tell
right.
me I'm wrong.
That's
I know
close.
Judy.
Pan Am or Judy? Let's go through the panel. Who you
Pan
right?
Am.
Pan Am.
Judy.
Clowns?
Those hips get me moist.
I'm gonna go with Pan Am because I'm friends with the voice actress and she's really nice.
Yeah,
Mm.
here.
Oh, what a
PK
corporate
and
thing.
he loves her
shout out to the
audiobooks.
clout chase. Shout out to the clout chase.
I'm gonna go with Judy because I couldn't seal the deal with Pan Am.
Oh,
I tried though.
oh, you got turned down, so you salty. You like them.
I'll take
ponies
it.
when
I'll
it come
take
to
it. So I'm not
Palworld,
alone. But
huh?
I'll stand alone on that one.
All right.
I had to settle for Judy.
Wow, don't settle.
Damn.
Disrespectful.
Ham Solo, man, talk to me. What would the multiplayer be like to y'all, man? Oh, let me shout out Gerald Mack in the building, leader of the Beard Gang crew. Shout out to Gerald Mack. Shout out to everybody in chat. Seen Stanley pull up Back from the Dead. We will be live at PAX East. Shout out to Back from the Dead. I'll get to other people later, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Appreciate y'all. Ham, talk to me. Cyberpunk multiplayer. What would you like to see?
Well, a lot of us were expected multiplayer when they were first talking about it, and then they ended up, nixing that, and now they're talking about bringing it back again. I mean, that's cool. I'm kind of a shoulder shrug on it. I don't think I'd play a whole lot of it, just like GTA Online. Not a big fan of it. I'm more into the story
GTA Online either.
and stuff like that.
I
It's
don't.
cool doing that stuff and doing like whenever I'm playing those online games, I gotta be playing with like a crew or a faction,
Right.
or else I get
I
bored
like
of
Red
my
Dead better.
Yeah. Facts.
but just me.
So yeah, I mean, it sounds cool, but it sounds cool and it sounds like something that'd be incredibly popular. I totally think that there is a market for it, 100%.
Right.
It's just not something I'm like
Interested in.
Yeah, I'm not dying to play. Like the last time I was dying to play online, it was Red Dead Redemption 2, and when it came out, it flopped for me.
Well, that's because of the fact that guess what? They were focused on GTA, not caring about Red Dead.
Watch
I
your
was
mouth.
like,
That's blasphemy.
it's facts. It's facts. though.
You're Native American. You don't do that here.
Listen here, sir. I will scalp you like my ancestors.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I got less to scalp. Imagine me cutting your hair off. I could
It's
sell it.
all
I
right.
could sell it on the black market for weaves. Keep it up.
More like the red market.
But now, talk
Oh,
about what you
man.
think the multiplayer would be, Mr. Bloody Knuckles.
Honestly, if they go the GTA route, it's gonna be awful. I was like, they shouldn't do that. I was like, they need to focus specifically. No. I
What
was like,
do you want from it?
yeah, and that's what I'm saying is what I want. If
Yeah.
they do a multiplayer, all I care about is a co-op. I was like,
Yeah.
2 players, 4
Yeah.
maybe at most. I was like, and honestly,
with
what
you,
they
brother.
could do, I would say if they do it, I want them to make it an entirely separate story. Make it like if you do a co-op, you can have a specific co-op based story. Guess what? You and a crew, you and your friends running a crew. If you're doing it solo, have it focused on the main character like they did with the first one. You're telling the story of V, the samurai, right? And your story with Johnny. I was like, that's what the single player is. But if you're doing it co-op, focus on some sort of small centralized co-op crew story, right? You can have like like the early days, right, when it was V and it was what's it, Jackie and everything else, like, right, they had their whole little small crew. Do something like that where it's a different story, so you're getting two respectable different things. If it's still just a single player story, but guess what, you can just have your friends with, it's gonna be cool because y'all can all see each other.
Be cool because
it would still
like
be
Far
cool.
Cry.
But no, I'm saying, but I don't care about Far Cry. I honestly don't like that. I said it before.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying is that if they do it this way, honestly, it would be a little bit more, and it would be a little bit more entertaining, and it would be a little bit more replayability. Because guess what? Now you have two separate playthroughs to get two different types of experiences. I'm over here talking fast, and this man wants to hit me with the yeah, exactly, yeah. I talked less than everyone else.
He did a Game Awards to you.
I know.
He hit you with the wrap it up music.
Yeah. That was the point. Thank you.
Hey, listen, gentlemen, I gotta run. This is great. Lemon, please have me back sometime after March.
Listen, March gonna be tough.
No, I'm just saying after March.
I
I'm cooked for the whole of February.
Cook. Listen, man, thank you. I appreciate you for pulling
I was cooked today, but when you text me, if Lemon texts me, I'm coming through.
Yeah, that means people, we have each other's cell phone numbers because we friends outside of the internet. You know, some people don't get off their couch.
I was like, everyone, I still need to link with you for later, man.
And all these conversations about AI, about the business, about layoffs, about indie developers, about bringing budgets down, all of those things are important conversations to have. What is not important is half of the BS you see on X most of the time.
Facts.
Amen.
Facts.
Preach.
So thank you. Just because I don't want to mess up the stream, I'm just going to turn the camera off and go on mute, and I'll come back and turn it off later. So y'all just go ahead. Thank you again for having me. Clowns, Ham, Knuckles, Lemon, you already know what it is.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir.
All right. And K. Asante going to get over here.
Yeah,
I don't know
he better. I'm going to drag him by that gray beard.
Oh, damn.
All right, gentlemen.
Damn, Lemon just keeps bringing on the whole graybeard gang over here.
Shout out to J Mac, man. San Francisco King, you heard? That's my God here. Let me fix this box real quick, you heard? Yo, listen, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We always try to give y'all a good show. I got to get a picture for my dude, so when he leave, he good. But I could turn off his feed. That's what I'll do. But listen, man. We're going to keep it moving. Let me see what we're going to get into. Hold on. All right. Everybody touched on this. Cyberpunk multiplayer. Clowns, you touched on that?
I did not, but I think that...
Go ahead. Talk about it.
I was just going to say, as far as Cyberpunk 2, I don't have a clue what they're going to do. Multiplayer would be great, I think, for Cyberpunk, but it depends if, the resources are there to make that happen. Mm-hmm. It depends, how much... how graphically intense the game is too, as well. Because the first one was intense for the hardware at the time, so we'll have to see.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on, man. Let's get into. Listen, man. Whew. Best Buy and Walmart, or Walmart is joining Best Buy in a physical purge of games. Now you're saying, Lemon, what are you talking about? Well, this is what it is, man. Back in 2018, 2019, EA reported that 58% of their revenue sales came from the digital market. Now, Steam has went that route way before everybody. You used to walk into GameStops, EB Game Software, whatever, Best Buy, wherever you saw PC games, and you used to see physical PC games. And when Steam went digital, it went away. Consoles took a little bit longer to adapt this. Now, I'm going to bring this up real quick, and I want y'all to pay attention to this. Physical games represented just 4% of PlayStation sales last quarter. Now, pay attention to what I just showed y'all, because that's huge. We're talking about a company that didn't really go the digital route, thought the digital route was definitely not the way to go. You could tell the way they thought about coming into this generation with physical media. Now, with this being said, that Walmart and Best Buy, two of the biggest chains in the United States that sells games, what do y'all think about this? I'm gonna start with you, Ham. How many games do you buy physical? Because I know you're a big collector. You have a great, great, great collection of games, classic systems. So what do you feel about this? Because I feel kind of a ways about this, even though I game share and I like to share my games, but I have friends who like physical copies who collect like me because they almost at the 4K Blu-ray mark with this also. So talk to me what you feel about this whole digital movement.
Get with it or get lost.
Well, damn. Take that. You puffy?
God damn. I mean, really, that was Wheezy that said that. But it was but here's the thing. Like I love my collection of games and stuff like that,
which is awesome.
Do I think that they should still do physical games? Absolutely. Yes. Do I feel like they should do physical games the way that they previously did them in the past? Absolutely not. Do you see? I'm sure you've seen it just like I have when you walk into a store and you done seen about 8 million copies of Madden. Yeah. And it's just like, those are going to get burned in a desert. like
that's going to be the next, ET, right? Just a dumpster of them.
Yeah. Right. But like these companies can't just keep losing money just to protect hobbies of other people. That's just not financially smart or just business minded at all. As for digital, like we're seeing things like PC. I personally know maybe like 1 or 2 people that have a disk drive in their PC. You know, like physical's been dead on PC for 2 years. This all should have been seen and easily understood. That, I mean, hey, ever since things like Spotify, Apple Music with iTunes, and stuff like that came out, that this type of shit was going to be cooked sooner or later. I mean, I don't know anybody that really needs CDs for their car when they get into drives. Or I don't really know too many people that need DVDs or Blu-rays anymore. Sure, you may collect them and you like them, but most people, and even most people that even have all those DVD collections and whatnot, are watching stuff off of Kodi, Netflix, all these different subscription services like HBO Max and Paramount Plus. People got different cable services now, like Sling and YouTube Premium and stuff like. If we're gonna say, hey, this industry, that being gaming, shouldn't follow the trend of what the rest of the entire world is doing, you're delusional. It's just gonna happen the way it happens, and sure, it sucks, but
okay.
I mean,
let me ask you another question.
Like,
okay.
hold on.
Okay.
I want to bring up one point before you ask me anything. Because people will even say, "Oh, well, this is just an Xbox problem. This isn't Nintendo or PlayStation at all." And I'm like, "Wait a second. Did you like if you know that
those numbers,
and if you're that big of a collector of games and stuff like that, tell me how you felt when you got the Jotnar edition."
Facts.
Yep.
There was no physical media in there.
Tell
me what you felt like when you got Starfield.
And it was just that like paper disc that had the code written on it.
You mean this edition?
Yes, absolutely. With the hammer, the necklace, action figures, and stuff like that.
Facts.
Yes. So it's just like this is a whole industry wide, and it even goes beyond that. It's a worldwide thing that's happening where things are just going to be digital. Physical is out the door. Physical is literally only for collectors. Physical is now what vinyls are.
2018. Digital.
2018.
Digital. I got all that.
You upset somebody tonight on the internet at Lemon.
Yeah, I did.
Because you're more of a fan than they are. Because guess
limited run in companies like that will probably be what's responsible in the future for hard copies of games.
Give this man an applause because Ham Solo is on point.
I don't think that these companies want to deal with that anymore. And in fact, these companies don't even really want you to have the ownership of the games in general. If you look at what Ubisoft literally came right out and said was, hey, get used to not owning your shit.
Yeah, but Ubisoft's all full of shit.
If you don't think times are changing,
they might be, but listen
Cocaine's
to
a
that.
hell of a drug.
Listen to that
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
because when Ubisoft said that, Take-Two was like, dap, bruh. Dap. You think these folks ain't talking about like, yo, we need to figure out a way to keep the ownership and force these guys to continuously play? The PlayStation problem currently, right now, everyone's talking about them purchasing games and stuff like that. You know what one of their biggest problems is?
Talk to me.
Is that they have these is that they have the casual gamer, which isn't a bad thing, but they make that one purchase for God of War and see you next year.
But you know what? The Japanese market is like that too. You got people that buy PlayStations over there. Right? And remember, Dreamcast had the highest attach rate for gaming until the Xbox OG came along. People would buy PlayStation and buy like all the Gran Turismos, all the Final Fantasies, like individually. You got a Final Fantasy fan, they buying only Final Fantasy. You got a Gran Turismo fan, they buying Gran Turismo. And I kept saying, that is not good. So when Dreamcast dropped, had that 7.8 attachment ratio in games, that was unheard of. They had 19 games at launch. I bought 17. Yeah, but I'm different.
Yeah, we're different. We're the hardcore.
Right. I'm hardcore. But shout out to Mini-Me. He bought the same games. Matter of fact, he bought every game. He bought 2 more that I didn't. I said he was crazy. But, but I'm going to tell you why digital means a lot to me. And shout out to PlayStation for PS5 for stepping it up this generation in terms of game sharing, right? Game sharing on Xbox from last gen was awesome. If I have to buy 800 games, now I buy 400 because I game share with the best game sharing partner in the world, my daughter's godfather, right? He buy 400, I buy 400. You know how much money that saved me, right?
A lot.
So I'm not mad about digital, right? At all.
Yep.
And we have to move with times. Because like I told somebody on a podcast like a year ago, and he came on here beefing. I said, you talking crazy about physical media. You think it should stay physical. I said, when the last time you bought a music CD? I'll wait. He was quiet. I said, when the last time, right. When the last time you bought a CD for music?
That's what I said while you were gone, Lemon. I said as soon as Spotify and iTunes and stuff got popular, it was cool.
I brought that up because we had somebody on this show get at me because I said I'm a physical media dude. I got a 2,500 library of movies. Bloody, am I lying?
Nope, I know it. I've seen it.
Right. 2,500 physical copies. I got a $16,000 goddamn surround sound system. I want the best of the best. Netflix is not the best. Disney Plus is not the best. Not when it comes to stuff like I'm an enthusiast. I heard they're cutting back on Blu-ray movies. I'm like, oh my God, no.
Right.
But I might have to buy what I could buy until the last day, and I have all the streaming services: Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN, HBO Max, Paramount, Peacock. I have everything. But that's not the best medium for me. But you got to change with the times. Am I mad about it? No, because things go digital. But what can you do? My man, Ham Solo, one of the great examples of a great collector. Go Game Go is another dude. A couple other dudes. over there, they got great collections, right? But people in the chat, we got to change. Ain't nobody listening to 8-tracks no more. And half of you don't even know what an 8-track is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what it was. I was a baby. But I'm just saying, but continue, Ham, so we can go to Bloody Knuckles.
Yeah, it's just the trend, flat out. And I'm just interested in how the whole ownership thing is gonna pan out in the future with these games. I mean, I know the whole always online thing, that is like, if you're still tripping about that,
how can you trip about that the last 3 years? Because everything
you're far too late. And plus,
you're a
and plus, most of the games people are playing are always online. Anyways,
plus you want them updates, you want that interaction, you want those backup saves. There's so much going on besides just being online. If you don't got an internet, if you don't have internet and connect to the internet in a console, I don't care what console you got. If you complain about that, kick rocks.
And here's another and here's just another reason why I am actually for digital gaming now than any time before. Before, Xbox One generation, PS4 generation, late 360, PS3 generation, a lot of downloading and stuff like that. And it is way more irritating because my Xbox or your PlayStation or something like that, that was the only place to play it. Right. So like getting and having to do downloads and updates and all that stuff on there, especially with the internet not being where it is today, was sometimes frustrating and extra just long and annoying. But nowadays, where it's just like things are trending more into ecosystem.
Yes.
Than it is.
Shout out to Microsoft.
Just the console.
Shout out to Microsoft and PC. That's what
even
PC Master Race
Shout out
means.
to PlayStation.
No. They're adapting it late. PC.
They are late, but
PC Master Race does not mean a powerful PC. PC Master Race means when I buy a new PC, all my stuff comes forward. That's what it means. And people don't know what PC Master Race means. People think PC Master Race means a 4090 Ti graphic card. That's not PC Master Race. That's the elitists. PC Master Race means when I build a new PC and I load it up, put the new operating system on, new RAM, new memory, new motherboard, everything, I can carry all my stuff forward to play on my new PC. That's what the PC Master Race means. For anybody who didn't know in this chat, shout out to y'all, but this is why I have a YouTube channel, to give out that education. That's what it means. It does not mean powerful PC. It does not mean that. It doesn't mean 4 screens. It doesn't mean that. It means...
Those are enthusiasts.
Those are enthusiasts. It means what I said. You could have a 720p goddamn PC and be a PC elitist because you bring everything forward and you keep upgrading and building, and that's what it means. It does not mean spending $5,000 for a PC. It does not mean that. But continue, Ham, before we move to Bloody.
Yeah, so
we do got a lot of more topics, so we got to keep moving.
I mean,
if
but
you
y'all
done,
keep
say
stopping
you done.
me.
A
Part of the way through.
I'm sorry. Come on. Wake up. No, I'm just joking.
But anyways, yeah, so I want to be able to play my games how I want to play them, where I want to play them, and everything like that. And today it's a lot more different than it was in the 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One like times where I can actually boot up something on a ROG Ally, Steam Deck like I have, or whatever, or a PC here, and then go to somebody else's Xbox and play it over there. And to me, that is one of the biggest things, because if I go on vacation and go out to Denver to go see my wife's parents and whatnot, I don't have to drag my Xbox over there. I can just download it over there. If I had that physical media, I'd have to make sure I have it in the case and everything like that, travel over there and make sure I don't forget it on my way out.
Don't forget about the xCloud.
I'd rather not deal with that. And then on top of it, you get the ability to do remote play and stuff like that.
Right.
Anywhere. If sure, you can do remote play if you have physical still, sure. But if you wish to play a different game that you happen to have physical as well, you're stuck like Chuck unless you go home. So
I'm still looking for that blood in the sand,
that's
brother.
my whole thing. Somebody was like my brother Matt was asking me, yo, like, because I was telling him I really want AEW. It was on sale physically, and he's like, why don't you just get it on sale with it physical? I was like, because I want to be able to carry it and play it on my Series S when I leave town. I want to be able like whatever whatever games I'm playing when it's on Xbox for the most part. Sure, I'll get some physical games, especially some one and done games for sure. But anything long term, something like a Palworlds, I don't want that physically, because I want to be able to play that on as many devices as possible, and a physical disc just limits me.
All right. Okay. Let me shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up in the building. Get them likes up. Yo, listen, man. Everybody's welcome here. This is a Xbox channel, Talos, and this is also a gamers channel, right? No matter what you support. Xbox has no game. Shout out to my brother, man. And I'm gonna say shout out to my brother because he's a pony. You know what I'm saying? You know they be running for the hills because right now they down and out. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm with you because I own a PlayStation. I can't say I'm not down and out because I would prefer to know what the next AAA game we getting. Also, I prefer to know the layout of what we getting for 2024. But we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing that's going on in Sony right now. So shout out to this guy. Xbox has no games because he came from Mr. 100 Intermediate Gaming himself. He came from over there, and he's supported over here, right? We don't block nobody. We don't discriminate over here. So welcome. Enjoy the show, and hopefully you can get some real knowledge, and maybe one day you'll buy an Xbox because it seems like the best box, especially in 2024. Thanks. So now, Bloody Knuckles. And shout out to the chat, man, for y'all being awesome. Get them likes up.
Let's go.
After we get to this topic, I'm going to make an announcement because we got plenty of people in here. I got an announcement to make, another announcement. But Bloody, talk to me. Physical media disappearing. Get quick. Get quick.
No, I'm trying. If you will let me start. Honestly, let's be 100% honest. We've seen this coming for a decade.
Facts.
People have failed to always talk about 2013 Xbox for bad marketing, bad publicity, whatever they want to say. But everything they said back in 2013 is accurate now. Your console, whether that's an Xbox, whether that's a Switch, whether that's a PlayStation, has become an all-in-one media center because you have streaming apps like Amazon Prime, Hulu, Netflix, all of that is now your focus. It's also playing games. It's also a digital-focused console because both consoles have discs, but also still have digital. If people were willing and more open to adapting earlier, think about what we would have got. Xbox was saying, hey, they want to make family-focused plans, allow you to share your digital library with up to, 5, 10 family members, whatever they were doing back then. Same thing that Steam does, right? Allows you to also want to do a digital marketplace for you to sell your games digitally so you can still get something back.
Facts.
This is something that's been in the works for a decade. People are just now starting to understand. And note, I have a very, very large physical collection. You've seen my entire collection.
Yes.
I buy physicals and I buy collector's editions like no one's business. I tell everyone, I bought the collector's edition for the 2018 God of War before I even had a PS4. You know why? Because I like God of War. I do not care.
I remember that.
And you were just like, why are you buying a collector's edition for a console you don't have? And I said, because I like it.
Right, I remember that. But hold on, let me say something to the chat. Sir X-Men, I didn't mean to miss the chat if I didn't, but you got to remember, I'm hosting the show and I'm doing a lot. Remember, even though I love my Iron Lord brothers, they got somebody for everything.
If you want me to
everything, yo.
If you want me to watch for super chats, I got you.
You've been the super chat watcher, but if I missed it, Sir X-Men, if it was yours, I apologize. Write it again.
It is. I got it right here.
Okay.
It says, Sir X-Man with a $2 super chat said, me and Lemon have been telling you Xbox plays chess.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I got caught up. I'm sorry, Sir X-Man. Of course, anything you donate to this channel is greatly appreciated. And after this topic, I'm going to get into something that's going to bring the community in because I want y'all part of this podcast also. So we're gonna get into that. But bloody finish so we can go to my man
Yeah.
Clowns.
But here's the thing: is I
Scrub in the
love
building.
I love physical. I try to get discs, even if it's for a game that doesn't have physical collector's editions. I always say I like collector's editions because I like physical memorabilia. I was like, I'll get discs occasionally, especially if they have steelbooks. Outside of that, I'll get a physical later because I would prefer to get digital so I can play it right away.
Right.
And then get a physical later if there's no collector's edition. I was like, and I've seen the slowdown in physicals, especially on the Xbox side. We've seen this for a long time. Even with companies like Ham brought up, limited run games. I am 8-bit. There is Fangamer. There's so many other companies that are out there that are working with these companies to create physical editions. The only issue is that there were some that had high print requirements. Xbox being the first one, demanding 5,000 copies when they're like, well, we're not even seeing those amount of pre-orders for others till they lowered it down to 1,000. And even still, we're seeing some of those companies still very minute pre-order numbers for those.
Question: do you think other companies will follow?
I think that there are going to be probably more companies like these here. They're going to have trouble competing with like I Am 8-bit and limited run games being the biggest ones.
Right.
But there is a spot for smaller companies, smaller games. Look at Fangamer. They did collector's editions or physical editions for games like Undertale, like Tunic, all those smaller games that can be done. Yeah. I'll say those might be great for smaller companies that are just breaking out into wanting to do these like physical collections for small orders, for pre-orders, for people who want to collect like us. But I think people need to understand that the digital push has been in the works for a decade. They just blinded themselves to it, not ready for it. And honestly, it's something that it's comes with the times, like you mentioned.
Facts.
Vinyl is collections nowadays.
Yeah.
I was like, we're seeing more companies.
Costs more than it's a Blu-ray.
Yeah. And like I recently ordered a vinyl collection of all the Persona games soundtracks. That costed me almost $100. But you know what? I wanted it because I have a vinyl record player. I wanted the collections because the art's always great. But the fact is that vinyl is very, very niche collections.
All right. Let me get to Clowns real quick, and then I gotta make some comments to the chat, man. Clowns, physical media.
Yes.
Where do you stand on this? Because you're a digital connoisseur, man. And you know what? Let me shout you out real quick for the AI beast that you are. Everybody loves those pictures you made of me of Thanos, Punisher, Kratos. Yo, you're an amazing creator, bro. I got to give you your flowers right now. But what do you think about this whole digital game era before we move into the next topic?
I'll try to be quick on this, but I've been saying this since 2013. The writing's been on the wall. Companies have wanted to take control of DRM. This is one way to do it. And with the cost going up, this is the perfect time for this excuse because people don't want to keep upgrading their GPUs or consoles every 2 years now with the rate of technology. So it's cheaper to go digital. It's cheaper to sell subscription service. And it's cheaper for companies to allow you to run this in the cloud, right? It saves them on storage space, warehouse, shipping, production, all of that stuff. It saves them from you selling your used game as well. Now you're forced to buy digital games unless they come up with a trade method for that. The other thing is that the money is there for digital because Netflix and Adobe approved subscription services work, despite what you might hear from a few people. Like the ones that really love physical media now are few and far between. We're older generations, most of us. Some of our children might like physical media.
It's clutter for a lot of people.
Yeah. But
it is, but we like the clutter.
For Gen Z, they want instant access, quick, let's go. I want turn on instantly. I don't want to get up and rewind a VHS tape. I don't want to get up and change my disc from the disc drive. I don't want to put my disc away.
My ex-wife, when I put it onto DVD, she used to stay in my house while I should go on the street and hustle. She called me on my phone, right? This is back in the days with the satellite phone, the big yellow phone. She said, "How do you rewind this?" I said, "It's a CD. It's a DVD. You do not rewind that."
See?
I thought that was crazy. That's a changing of the times, right? Because you remember the days of renting videotapes from Blockbuster. They had a 50 cent don't rewind fee. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
If you did
Oh
rewind it
yeah,
and took
back
it
at like
back.
Blockbuster stuff like
Right,
that.
right. She
The
was
whole
like,
Beacon
"How do you
rewind
How
movement.
do you rewind the movie?" I said, "It's a DVD, aka CD. You don't
don't
have
gotta
to
do nothing."
rewind it."
Yep. I was
And I
like,
mean-
you remember when you either had to do it the hard way and leave it in your VCR and rewind the whole film,
Mhm.
or that's when they actually got like the portable like or the separate videotape rewinder, so you literally just put the tape in there and it rewinds it for you.
Facts. Facts.
Yep. I was like, people don't understand.
Let Clowns finish. We got some more to go on, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, Clowns.
And real quick, you know, like Ham said, the clutter, right? And that goes for even being portable because Gen Z's on the move, millennials are on the move, and Gen Alpha, I think it is now, they're on the
Yeah,
move.
it's alpha.
So,
It's alpha.
so they're playing games as they're on the train, as they're on the buses, as they're on the airlines, airports, and in office meetings. So you're going to carry around a bunch of games to do that and screens. No, you're going to play on your phone, simple controller, whether it's mobile, whether you're doing a cloud service, whatever. So it's just a writing on the wall. Like, and we don't have to like it, but
no, but it's the
gotta accept
time
it.
change.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yep.
So now let's move on, man. Let me. Yo, first of all, let me do this, man. Because we got some awesome people in the chat, man. Like I said, everybody is welcome here. I don't care what platform you support. That's what other podcasts would be. Xbox dominant. We got 49 people in here. Please get those likes up. We had 29 likes, man. Y'all could do better than that. It's easy to hit that like button, man. It takes 2 milliseconds of your time. Matter of fact, man, 0.2 milliseconds of your time. But let me say this. Shout out to Scrub Nurse in the chat, man. J Mac. I see Dave Reezy in the building. Xbox has no games. I see. Let me see who else I see, man. I got a Game Shark. What's good, man? And no, you won't see no physical games released for PC. It's unheard of. Talios is in the building, man. Who else is in here? Of course, my brother Scrub. Yo, Little Ray, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to you. And if I miss somebody, I'm gonna try to get to these names. As long as you type, you can get mentioned, man. Let me tell y'all what's coming to the channel real quick before we move on. We're gonna have super chat call-ins, right? Super chat call-ins, where you could be part of the podcast and give your opinions for 2 hot minutes. I might push it to 3. I'm going to do a poll. So follow me on Twitter. I'm going to do a poll for 2 or 3 minutes for you to get your bars off and be part of the panel. But you got a super chat, and the super chat limit will be $5. Because I see dudes doing less for nothing or nothing for less. So I will have call-ins. And how you identify yourself, you super chat, put the last 4 digits of your cell phone number in the chat. So when I put out that number in the chat and you call, I could scan y'all through the last 4 of your cell phone number to make sure I pull in the right people that's paying for those chats. So that's what I'll be doing. I'm going to start it with a conversation with Lemetius, get the community involved, and yes, you can get your bars off. All I say is to the community that get out here and talk your gaming, please keep it respectful. We're not in here to insult people. We're in here to talk gaming, and I want to hear from the community in this chat, man, because it's easy to have my 4 homies up here, aka my 5 homies Everborn left. But it's easy just to talk to people that you know, but I want to talk to everybody. I want to get to know this community. I want people involved. I want you to feel like you're part of the show because without y'all, there's no us. So please just keep it respectful. I will be starting that hopefully during the next conversation with Lemetius and into this podcast with us, and you get to meet these awesome dudes that's out here doing this work, the bloodies of the world, the Ham solos. Hopefully we can try to get Ham. And we working behind the scenes, man, to get you in packs. But you're a late bloomer. You got to reach out early.
Yeah, no. Do what you got to do.
No.
I mean,
listen, bro.
If it doesn't work out this time, it ain't no thing.
I saw your text.
There'll be another pack.
I saw your text. I didn't respond publicly, but I'm working with a couple people to see what you can and can't do. Shout out to 4G QTV because he's part of the reason I get my pass for packs. But listen, I want y'all to be in part. Your boss move. You had a straight invite to the channel, but for the panel, for the people out there in the community, I want everybody involved to be able to talk to us, get your balls off. Even if you say I hate Xbox, I don't care. Just get in here and be respectful. You ain't gotta. You get crazy,
Right.
I'm gonna block your ass. So I'm just
You
telling
gonna
you.
get that ejectocito, cuz.
Facts. If you want to talk gaming, come in here. I don't care what platform you support. Just be respectful to my platform. This is not an Xbox platform because I pay for this. So just be
is
respectful,
gaming.
and we gonna talk gaming. So no matter what y'all do, man, this is what it is. And shout out to them Knicks. Xbox have no game. Them Knicks is they balling. Yeah, they balling. I ain't no Knicks fan, but they balling. So I gotta respect you, gangster. Now let's move on to the next topic, man. This is crazy. Now I'm a PSVR 2 owner, man. But goddamn you, damn you, goddamn you, Amazon. The goddamn Quest 3 drops. And yes, it's a great device. I didn't buy it. I got the Quest 2. I got it souped up, got the speakers, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like a booming system on your head. Pause. But Quest 3 dropped, and it outsold the PSVR 2 30-1. Now, the PSVR 2 is a great headset. Don't get me twisted. But goddamn, 30-1?
Well, come on, man.
So I'm
I mean, I don't know how
you
even partially surprised about
No,
that.
but 30-1? PlayStation
Yeah.
community, step your game up. There's some awesome games on PSVR 2.
That has
Resident
nothing to do with
Evil,
it.
Village, Ghostbusters, Gran Turismo. I own all of that.
Yo,
Where
bro,
y'all
there's
at?
a $500 extra tax to get the PlayStation VR.
Come on,
too.
it dropped to $460. Come on.
Oh
What
man,
dropped to
only
460?
$460 for that tax. I'm down for
Yo,
it. Let's
help me
go.
out. Come on, Pia. Yo, PlayStation fans, where you at?
They ain't got the pocketbooks.
Y'all looking for factions? Where my VR players? That's what I'm looking for. Where y'all at? Ham, VR. Numbers 30-1. 30-1? Wait a minute. You see, PlayStation outsells Xbox 3-1. But the biggest margin ever heard in gaming, the biggest margin is 30-1. Well, goddamn. Talk to me. Ham, what the hell happened? Is PlayStation VR 2 a Doom peripheral? What the hell?
Well, kind of, in a way. I mean, what their product is phenomenal. That goes without question. The PlayStation VR 2 product itself, to me, is better than the Quest. But
He stands
and
on
I
that.
mean, there is a big but, and I cannot lie. You have to have a PlayStation 5 to use it.
Good. That's
Well,
not even
hold
the
on.
biggest issue. No, that's not even the biggest issue.
No, it's not. No, you're right. It's not.
What's the
It's
biggest?
not the
What's the biggest
the-
issue?
The biggest issue is that, in my opinion, I don't
In
know
your
if Bloody
opinion.
Nuts was alluding to this, but in my opinion, the biggest issue for it is that you can't use it on PC.
How?
No, that's not it. But
Okay, what's your
Your
biggest
opinion.
issue, Bloody? Go ahead. No, I want to hear this. Interlude a
the
little bit.
biggest the biggest issue with it is not only do you have to have a PlayStation, you need to have games for it.
Ah,
Where
wait,
is
no,
the
no,
support?
No,
Oh,
no.
For
They
the
got
PSVR?
games.
I disagree.
Bro. Listen. They got games.
I disagree. See,
got some
and
games.
here I'm gonna finish up my point real quick because I know y'all love to tell me to talk and then talk.
No.
But
I want you.
anyways.
Yo, first of all, you always invited here because your opinion is so super value. It's ridiculous. Don't do that. Let's go with the fro that knows. Let's go, fro knows.
But
Let's go.
but anyways, so you have to have a PlayStation to even use it. You have to be wired as well. So you can't play it wirelessly at all, like you could with I don't know the what was that? I already forgot the name of that damn thing. Oh, the Portal, the PlayStation Portal. At least you can play that wireless. Although it's remote, whatever. But anyways,
I'm about to kill what you about to say though, but go ahead.
Yeah, you have to play it wired. You have to have a PS5. You can't plug it into PC. It's
that's
expensive alone.
Yeah, that's 3 strikes. That's 4. Okay.
It's expensive alone, and it doesn't like. Although it has games, to me personally, it doesn't have a headliner. As much as they wanted to say
VR
Call of
has
the
a
Mountain.
headliner. There's no
I'm sorry,
VR headset.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
There's no VR headset that has a headliner because the best VR game that I've ever played was Biohazard 7.
I'm gonna tell you what, they do have a headliner.
For what?
Possibly, but they
name it.
They haven't worked on it, in my opinion.
I want to hear
something that could be a headliner, in my opinion,
is what?
That they can continue to make popular and have it be even bigger to explode the PlayStation VR 2 is Astro Playroom.
Nope.
Is Astrobot.
Nope,
Absolutely.
They have a bigger game. Horizon.
No, it's not.
Call it a
As
mountain.
much as you want to tell me Horizon's big, who's talking about that today?
No. I agree with that. But I'm telling you, Horizon is gorgeous.
Who cares?
But everything you doing
deny
there,
that.
everything you doing there is the truth. Yo, listen, I have the headset, bro. I'm talking about first party. Because Ghostbusters is amazing in VR. Gran Turismo 7 is a terrible game. But in VR, ooh. Facts. This is facts.
Oh man.
Listen, I have Oculus too. I got Oculus titles. I'll be like, yo, truth. I'm telling you, bro, I don't have no dog in no fight. I'm telling you, they got games. You know what the problem is? The headset costs too much money for the average PlayStation person. It costs more than the console.
I said that if you were listening.
No, I heard that. But I also, there's a rebuttal to that. There's a rebuttal. Right? This is the rebuttal. Hold on, bloody. This the rebuttal. For you to get those visuals on PC, you got to have a graphic card that costs more than the PlayStation. Facts. So don't tell me you doing VR with a subpar graphic card and it looks like trash. But if you want to equal the PlayStation, the graphic card costs more than the PlayStation. That's my rebuttal. So let's not forget the variables here. I'm keeping it real. The PlayStation is the lowest cost.
What is that a rebuttal to?
Okay. If you want, you said you need a PlayStation to play the VR. Right? But if you get a let's say a 1080i card, 1080p card, a 3050 card, right? A 4050 card or 60, right? You're not getting those PlayStation 5 graphics at that graphic card level. You still need a 4080, 3080, 2080, 2070 Super. So you still looking at we talking about playing field is equal, not just playing VR games. We talking about the same level as PS5. The graphic cards on the same level cost double the price. That's my rebuttal. You my guy?
But not having the option in general.
I mean, I get
worse.
that point. No. I get that. I get that. But if you want to be on PC and be like,
it's just like saying you can't play this. You bought Immortals of Avium and you got a 14 like yo, that's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's your problem. You should have did a little bit of research before you did it. But the fact of the matter is,
I agree with you, but I'm giving
something
people
that's only accessible on this platform.
Well,
it's
consoles
you're
different.
not going to get. I'm sorry. Continue. I have no idea.
Consoles is different, bro. They make a format and run with it for 5 or 6 years. Name a graphic card that people do that. That the enthusiasts, not the regular people, because regular people keep their graphic cards forever. But what I'm saying is, if you want the same fidelity as a PS5, same fidelity, you got to spend that money. And it's way more than $542. Facts. That's what I'm saying. So that's not a negative because you need a PlayStation. Because you also need a great graphic card to get the great graphics out of the PC too. That's
Yeah,
the
but you
only
could say the same
caveat I
thing
can
buying
say.
Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War or the new or the latest Miles Morales on PC. You got to have a good graphics card for that. So to me, this argument is like null and void.
No. It is null and void, but I'm saying it not for you, because I know you know, but I'm saying it for the people that's watching. It's not just apples and oranges. Because, okay, you can play a game on VR that looks like trash because your graphic card is terrible. But if you want it to look like Horizon Call to the Mountain, it won't look like that for $200. You get what I'm saying? So it's a caveat. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you wrong, but I'm saying you also, if you want to match those graphics, you got to spend that bread. Facts. Like,
that is facts.
Goddamn lemon.
I'm all set.
Yo, look. I'm just saying, bro. I got a high-end PC. I don't play VR on it. I play on my PlayStation. But we gotta, that's why we had these conversations. We gotta be real. Because you can't spend $300 and get those PlayStation 5 graphics as that VR. I don't care what headset you got. It's gonna look like dog doo-doo. But continue, bro. You was finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
So, Bloody, talk to me.
Honestly, it's the fact of that it's probably more kind of like what Ham Solo was saying. It was an accessibility thing. I was like, you're paying $600 for a headset. Then you had to buy another $500 console.
And console people ain't used to that. That's a fact.
And exactly. And the fact of that, along with that, then you have the cost of software for all the games. I was like, and not only that, you also have to pay. You also have to pay for all the additional accessories like the controller or the Move controllers and all the other stuff that they had there. That comes with it.
No, not with PSVR 2. No, sir.
I thought they did.
No,
but either way, it's a steep jump in price to do for it. Whereas I'll agree that you need to have a high end or a really good graphics card for PC to utilize.
You do.
But the fact is that for the most part, I was like, you can still jump into it even with a low end graphics card. It's not gonna look pretty.
No, right.
But you can do it.
Right.
I was saying, and you think that for all that cost, I was like, most people will buy even some relatively cheaper.
Let me ask you a question.
Low end pre-builts are all
you got a real
VR.
good PC, right?
Yeah.
You ain't got a super high end PC, but you got a real good PC.
The only thing that's like low end on mine is my CPU. I was like, which I've been saying I need to upgrade. I was like, I bought a high end card.
Okay.
I bought a $1,500 card because I got a 6800 XT when it dropped.
Okay, so let me say this. The PlayStation is $500. The VR headset is $600, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's $1,100. That's still cheaper than your PC, correct?
Oh yeah, without doubt.
But guess what? Guess what the problem is? And Ham, this is in addition to what you're talking about. You can't bring out a peripheral that costs more than a console.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Ham? Like,
yep.
It's an addition.
It's a hard sell.
Right.
It's a very hard sell.
You see me, I'm an enthusiast. I bought it day one. But see, I'm an enthusiast, right? I unboxed it. I did all this stuff. I bought about 15 games day one, right? But see, that's me. I'm not the average person. I do not ever put myself in a category like, you should do what I do. No, don't do what I do. What I'm saying is, that's an enthusiast. And Ham is 5,000% correct what he's aiming at. I just wanted to bring up a point, like, if you want that fidelity, it's still more on PC. But for console gamer, which majority of the people in the chat are, we're console gamers. Shout out to Mike Johnson in the chat. I see you in the building. Listen, when you price out your community, you're not gonna get results.
Nope.
They supposed to bite the bullet, take that on that ass, and say, you know what, we're gonna bring it out at this price. I know it costs this, but we gotta eat that because console dudes ain't doing that.
350. I felt
listen.
like probably it may be 400, but not no 650, whatever it is.
In facts, that's the point. That's my point, man. That's why I'm not discrediting Ham. Ham is 1,000% correct, but I have to bring in a variable that if you want to meet the same graphics on PC, it's going to cost more money. Those are the facts.
without a doubt.
Those are the facts. Now, Ham is not wrong what he's saying, but you priced out a community. What? Wait a minute. My VR glasses cost more than my console. I got to run it on? I ain't buying that, buddy.
Yep. Nope.
That's how console people think. They're not thinking
that's
like PC people, which everything is a mercenary situation. You want a great graphic card, pay for it. You want great memory, pay for it. You want a great motherboard, pay for it. You want a great CPU, pay for it. No.
More RAM?
Right, more RAM, pay for it. No. They want an all-in-one box. And when the system comes out and you bring out a peripheral higher than the system, I knew that was a loss from day one.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, continue, Bloody, so we can go into my boy, the bearded master, the Italian stallion.
That's pretty much what I was. And the other biggest aspect that's a big thing is compatibility, backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
A lot of the Oculus games are transferable, except for the Oculus Quest 1, but a lot of the devs try to port and update their stuff to work with the Quest 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they had to charge for it because it was completely different frameworks. But the fact is, from 2 to 3, backwards compatible. PSVR 1 to PSVR 2, incompatible. So all those games that you bought before, gone, useless.
Facts.
Junk.
They got a couple updates like Moss, couple games, but I really want Wipeout. You hear this? Yep. Wipeout and Biohazard 7. Let me tackle somebody in the chat, man. Shout out to you, Game Sharp. The Quest eliminates the need for PC console requirement. Let me tell you something. Oculus Quest 2, I own it. Played it furiously. Clowns owns it. The Quest 2 got a goddamn Qualcomm Snapdragon in a headset. Inferior. Bad graphics. Plug it up to my PC, 1080i, popping. 1080i Ti, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes to 1,000% looking better, right? If you're going to brag about a Qualcomm Snapdragon in the headset that power your cell phone, nah, bro. That's not the way to go. Quest
you
3,
got an issue because you don't know what those things do.
Not an issue, but I'm saying
the people who are complaining about it, they don't know.
I'm saying, like, if you really want to get the most out of your Oculus, Quest 2, Quest 3, and you got a monster PC, plug it up to your PC. You'll never play it without that wire again. Facts. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Game Chucky. He said it, but he agreed with me. Yeah, because I told Clowns this. Yeah, the wireless sounds cool until you plug it up to your PC and you see the enhancement in resolution. You're like, whoa, this is definitely better. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's why I did support the PlayStation VR. Clowns, talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
I think the PSVR 2 is pretty much dead. I don't see them continue.
I can't even trade it in, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just get rid of it. Just throw it away or something.
Yeah, I'm not throwing nothing away. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, just throw it away. Right as a tax write-off, whatever you got to do. I just don't see it being anything beyond what it is now. I mean, the hardware was great. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think it pushed features that other stuff didn't have at the time, but it didn't hit the market for the right price. People it wasn't affordable for them to jump into it. There's a group of people that got it, like you, Lemon, but not a lot of people can even support the games on it. And it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of developers looking to continue to develop stuff for VR games. I mean, I know MetaQuest 3 just dropped and people are looking at that, but now Facebook is moving in the direction of AI as well. So who knows what Zuckerberg's going to do with the VRs? All the investors want them to go towards AI. They want them to drop the VR. So I just think Sony's dead in the water. they know the units didn't sell enough for them to recoup money on software sales, and I don't think they care at this point. It's just a loss.
To be fair, this is like the Vita all over for them. They support it strong for 1 year, and then after that, they rely on third party and kind of just like leave it alone. I would
Only
say
reason that didn't work out because remember the launch title was better than all the titles that came out after.
But what I'm saying is that the first party wasn't there. There was no first party support. I would say the same thing happened with the Vita. The Vita was strong in the first year. Then Sony themselves stopped supporting it. The only thing that kept the Vita alive was all the third-party developers.
Oh,
And
facts,
Vita
facts.
it was a great handheld. But guess what? Just like everything that Sony puts out when it comes to peripherals, they drop it after a year. They don't support any of the peripherals or anything that they put out. They're just as bad as Google when they try to make shit. Look at what happened with the Google Glass. Look at what everything else that Google snatches up or tries to do originally. They drop the support because they don't know how to do it. And Sony's the same way.
Facts. Now we're gonna get into this, man. The ABK deal, man. And first of all, we tackle all tough topics. I don't care about these companies. They don't pay to finance none of us here, none of these channels. We all put this work in and do what it do. Shout out to Clowns and Bloody for pulling up the PAX East this year, man. We're gonna do it lovely. We're gonna bring you those facts and those exclusive interviews. Shout out to my brothers. And shout out to the chat, man. Let me address something, man. Hold on, let me see. Let me tell you something, Mike Johnson. Your statement, PC will always, and you ain't super chat this, that shows you your boy Lemon is real, but PC will always outdo console. That's not true. Let me tell you why PC will not always outdo console, right? PC on a general basis got over 300 million players. You can have a trash PC or a high-end PC or a medium-end PC, right? So, of course, you can go to Best Buy and buy a PC for $500. That's garbage. That's not a gaming PC. You could buy a PC that's $1,100. They say, oh, it got a graphic card. It's gaming. That's not a gaming PC. When you start touching $2,500 and better, those are gaming PCs. Maybe $1,400 minimum requirements for PCs. Okay, I'll take that. But I'm going to say this. Let me tell you why PC will never dominate console in terms of the casuals. Because they're not affordable. Somebody that spends $500 on a console will not spend $2,000 on a PC or $1,100. That's the reason we talk about PlayStation VR. $600, $500 is $1,100. That's a console-based VR headset. It's not selling. That price is not affordable for the average gamer. Facts. When these consoles go on sale, why you think the Xbox Series S, shout out to Little Man in the building, you heard? For being successful in Japan, because it's $299. That's the magical price for consoles. It's not too many graphic cards that really kick ass at $299.
And support 1440p.
So, just, I'm not discrediting you because everybody's opinion is valid here, but I'm just saying, everything is about your wallet, man. Everything. If everybody could afford a 4090, everybody would have it. But they can't. Everybody don't have $2,500 for a graphic card. This is what we're talking about.
And that's why they make multiple levels.
PC is a different entity. You can get an entry level $500 PC because you playing games. Do that make you the superior gamer? No. That make you somebody who's playing games. You might play solitaire. Start playing Minecraft. One of the simplest games on the planet. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? So I get your point. But consoles like the one and all fix it, hit it, quit it situation. Listen, everything that you plug into your console in terms of gaming, like a digital download or physical media, it will just play.
It's plug and play.
PC is not like that. So console will always beat out PC in terms of simplicity and plug and play. So I just wanted to bring that up. But let's move into some more topics, man. Microsoft deal. 1,900 people laid off from the ABK deal. And this is what I'm going to tell people, man. Like my man Everborn said, I'm a business dude, man. Got my own property and all that. Business owner. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When two companies merge, there's a chopping block.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen since COVID massive layoffs, people doing remote developing, remote talking, remote everything. There's gonna be layoffs, right? And I'm gonna bring something up, man, for you ponies running for the hills that be talking crazy. I only talk facts here. What was that same energy for Bungie when they started talking about they fear that the layoffs will bring a takeover from Sony? Now, I put that on the screen because this came from the Destiny 2 makers who's still there. They've been laid off. They've been trying to keep their board, and Sony has been trying to take over Bungie and disband the whole deal from the purchase of that $3 billion deal. You know, I promote facts here. This is what I do. I promote facts. So I'm going to bring that back on the screen for people who want to watch later. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring that back on the screen. When companies merge or there's a hostile takeover, whether it's a joint venture, right? ABK deal. You know, Microsoft got people in place in platforms and management that they support. So they supposed to buy ABK and keep on the same manager that do the same managing deal over there at ABK. No. You got to go. But you know what they did get? They got a nice severance pay, right? If you look at any of these developers, any of these CEOs, their resume consists of Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, EA, Ubisoft. It's a variety. So when I hear people say, oh, ABK should have stayed to themselves, why are you going to blame Microsoft? Because Bobby Kotick wanted to sell his company that he started with Call of Duty to a bigger company. There's always going to be layoffs. But it's not a Microsoft thing. As you've seen, Sony doing it, Take-Two did it, EA did it, Ubisoft did it. The industry is changing. That doesn't mean there's not opportunity for the people that's been laid off. So, Bloody, let's start with you, bro.
Yes, because I wanted to go first because your boy got something important to do here soon. Honestly, it's rough, but in these cases, especially when there's big mergers, there's always going to be redundancy. There's going to be overlap, multiple people at the same job. Mm-hmm. Yes, I understand, especially when you look at some of the groups that were affected, especially a lot of the customer service team, customer support. Mm-hmm. Yes. Activision had their own dedicated customer support, just like Xbox has their own dedicated customer support. Is there a possibility that they could have kept the two entities separate? Yes. Is it going to be harder now that there's only going to be one team and now maybe there's going to be double the work since they're covering 2 to really 3 publishers, because you also look at Bethesda and ZeniMax under that umbrella too? Yes. But it's a part of the business. And right now, honestly, as you mentioned, since COVID, yes, there's a lot of people working from home, and it's hard because I have a lot of friends in the industry. I'm trying to get into the industry.
First of all, you and your lady was remote working.
Yep, we were remote working. We still are.
So y'all eliminate somebody's job that was in the office, right?
Yep. So it's one of those things.
When you know somebody, these are facts.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is right now is that we're kind of seeing the post-COVID bubble popping. Is that there was a mass.
Say it again, bro.
The post-COVID bubble popping.
The post-COVID bubble popping.
This is just like what happened in the 80s. Look at what the bubble that popped in Japan when everyone was racking in money, had money to blow. Even here, 70s in the US, everyone had all this to show off. And then right after that, market crash, housing crash, everything just shot up, and everyone didn't have money. This is unfortunately the fast windup that some companies did. We see it a lot with Embracer. Embracer has for the past 3 months 2 to 3 other studios having mass layoffs or shutdowns. We just saw what happened with Riot earlier this week.
Hold on.
Xbox.
Let me stop you real quick. Shout out to Lemon, and I'm tooting my own horn. I told y'all about Embracer Group. Tencent's next.
Oh yeah,
Because
I was
you
like,
think, hold on. Let me finish. Because you think they invest money, they're not video game companies. They're investors.
Yep,
They see
they're
an
investment
opportunity, they
groups.
take it. I told everybody, Embracer Group and Tencent gonna fall on their face because
Yeah,
they're
they are.
investing in stuff they do not understand. They just looking to make money. They're not in video game companies. I
No.
told y'all for the last 2 years, this wasn't gonna last. Shout out to Lemon for being a fortune
Wait,
teller.
who told everybody?
Lemon. Said it again, clowns.
The great Demetrius.
Demetrius.
You're
I
damn
told
right.
y'all that they was gonna fall on their face because they don't understand gaming, and being that you put money into it, you don't know development.
Doesn't mean
you don't know. You don't have no
nope.
creators. You have nothing. You just put money in something you don't understand. Shout out to me for being factual. Thank you, clowns.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
that's the thing is you look at Embracer. Embracer was what, signing two companies almost every month, every other month back in 2020, 2021. Tencent was investing
Just
into
to make
everyone.
money.
And that's the thing is that they bought up and snatched up all these small companies, and look at them. A lot of them got shut down. A lot of them got consolidated. They got massive layoffs, like 40-50%. When it sucks. It's 1,900 people. That's almost 8-9% of Activision. And when you're looking at a company of almost 22,000, yes, it's not a lot, but it's still a lot of people affected. And right now, the industry now is having this problem of there's such a massive overhaul, or there's so much talent and not enough positions. There's more directors and people who are leaving companies or been laid off. They're now starting to try and found their own smaller studios to do some smaller projects and offer positions here for other teams that are getting funding from some of these places. It's being, not really talked about, or some of them are using severance pays to start small studios and stuff like that. Right. But the fact is that anytime there's a merger, this always happens because there's an overlay. It happens in tech. It happens in communications. It happens anywhere. I was like, we saw it when Disney bought Fox. We saw it when when Sky Media was purchased in the UK. This always happens. No one is safe from this. Even with as much money as Microsoft has, there was still going to be some sort of layoffs here.
Of course,
even if
you can't merge everybody. You can't merge everybody.
Even if the top took massive cuts, it wouldn't guarantee that there wouldn't have still been 1,000 people, 500 people, whatever. And even then, even if they did that, there's no guarantee how long that would have lasted.
Every merger with a company, there's losses. There's no merger in the history of mergers. There's no one merger that they accept everybody. So let's get out the window. But we got to go to Ham, man, because I want you to stay because we got 2 more topics. So Ham, Solo, 1,900 laid off, ABK. Game canceled that was been on the plate for like 7 years. Talk to me. How did you feel about this, and what did you think? And Bungie with the layoffs is fearing a Sony hostile takeover. Thanks.
I'm gonna speak more on the Xbox layover thing.
Okay.
More than the whole hostile takeover.
It's all right. It's all right.
Like that's I feel like that's still kind of to be unfolded and understood still. But when it comes to this whole 19
Microsoft has won.
Leaving Microsoft on one side,
leaving ABK.
Well,
yeah. Leaving
they're
ABK.
part of Microsoft, so
okay. Yo,
you're a moment by moment editor right now. Let a brother speak.
My bad, light skin. My bad. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so all those people leaving, it's a mixture to me of big bad company, both ABK and Microsoft as together. Because it's clear as day that this company was in disarray. So if
you mean with the sexual harassment charges, the racist charges, The
You
bad
know, I
work
mean-
environment charges, the slave labor, goddamn almost racketeering charges. I mean, Activision Blizzard King was in trouble. You know, that's
Yeah.
why Microsoft got them for that low budget price, because they're worth $120 billion technically. Continue. I had to point that out. I'm petty.
But
like
yeah,
50 Cent.
so they are god damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm petty.
Every time.
I'm petty.
Every time. But so all of those people, like, obviously we hope, you know, anybody that's a decent human being hopes that those type of people get on their feet. The honest people that had a job there, they didn't do nothing
Facts.
wrong. We're just
Facts.
trying to work. Hope you get on your feet and whatnot. That stinks. But at the same time, it's kind of like big time merger. I've worked at a company when I worked at the indoor skydiving company that I worked at a while back. We got bought out by this company called KSL.
And how many people survived?
And a ton of people got wiped.
Oh,
From
wait a minute.
large
Don't
to-
say the facts. Oh, no. Don't say the
from
facts.
from high seniority all the way to your
Damn.
basic front desk people, where you know they were looking at the numbers a little extra tough because they just got in the building and they want to make sure that they're not wasting anything from the jump. And keep in mind, I mean, Microsoft already has an HR department, so what do they need ABK's
why would
HR?
right. So you see, if you believe that people not supposed to get laid off,
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
facts.
Oh, damn.
So I mean, there's a lot of redundancies that was kind of there that kind of need to be nixed. There's also some ideology changes. So like if you were under said regime of this person, then we need to, you know, re-interview you for the job to see if you're still, you know, a person of interest to us. And then on top of all of that, of course, you know, there are just the people that flat out don't need to be there anymore because they don't believe in the vision and don't want to really change, and they feel like for whatever reason that this is bad. Like if you think this is bad at all and you still work at that company, like good luck next week. You know what I mean? It's just like they're trying to wean out anybody that's like a non-believer over there, for sure. So with all that kind of happening, I'm just not too surprised about it. And then on top of it, this is like an earnings time of year for Microsoft, an earnings call time of year for Microsoft, and they did this just last year. So I don't know why people are like up in arms, surprised. And I also didn't understand even Xbox fans saying, look at Sony getting rid of all their people. Xbox ain't doing that. I'm like, they will. Like, I don't see why you think they won't do that. Like, they just did it right. And see, these companies do this stuff at a time to where you kind of can ignore some of the stuff happening. So if you've seen the things that happened with, you know, PlayStation and whatnot, and like, you know, not exactly the Insomniac League, because that was kind of a freak accident, but more or less like
there was
factions and stuff like that being canceled. That happened right around the time that, you know, Spider-Man 2 dropped. What happens during around this time when you hear about the layoffs? Oh, you know, just the developer direct just happened. So it's just kind of like, look over here while I punch you over yonder, right? It's it's a simple trick that most companies, especially mega corporations, do all the time. Look at this pretty little shiny thing while I'm stabbing this side of the room, right? So I'm not surprised by it at all. I just, of course, like I said, as a decent person, hope that people get on their feet, and that's why. And this goes right back into, and I'm sorry to do this to you, 108, but this is why I'm personally so excited for AI and stuff stuff like
no,
that.
No. I'm not against AI. I just was talking what the variables was. I'm with you, bro.
I'm excited for it. All these people super pissed. They're thinking that it's gonna like
I don't get involved with
take
that.
over the world. I'm like, yo, like give more
Skynet.
common folk the ability to
Skynet.
do what those folks been,
Mm-hmm.
doing. So that those folks have been doing for years. So those folks that are really good at it can move on to something bigger and better.
Really
and
good at it. You didn't
like,
see my Thanos picture?
Like to me, this is like the Kojima. This is like the way Kojima got to be Kojima.
Facts.
It's like you didn't agree with what was going on at said company, right? You do your own thing and then you become a modern Marvel yourself. I don't understand people thinking that something new and innovative is going to somehow hinder them when actually it can be a platform that you launch off of. Like use any of this stuff, man. Like people ain't out in the fields doing this ain't out in the fields like picking up all this like fruit and vegetables anymore. They got big machines that do this stuff now.
Facts.
Right? So then
like what GMC factories in Detroit. They was mad when they got the robots. You want to pick up that whole truck frame for that Tahoe or that Escalade? Or you want the machine to do it and then you put on the doors. Facts.
Right? So it's just everything that is new, innovative, and I mean most things that are big, like AI and stuff like that throughout history have always had a catch to them. And it'll forever be like that. The next new big thing that happens, there'll be a catch with that too. You can be scared of it all you want, or you can figure out how to maneuver with the times because it's gonna happen. And just like you guys were saying earlier, why would you want where you live to not take advantage of new technology and let another country, area, region develop further and just to then sell it back to your country and you make nothing, but you still support it. So like what are you thinking? Like to me, this is basic knowledge, but like I guess we have a basic knowledge problem.
All right. Clowns, talk to me.
I got lost a little bit, Lemon. There's a lot of talking.
Yo, tell them what you just finished talking about. Ham.
Well, I ended it on the whole AI part, but really I was talking about just like redundancies and
about the fire, the layoffs. And
yeah,
right.
The things that needed to happen, although that it stinks to see, but like you'd have to be like in a basement with earmuffs in the dark to not see that coming.
So clowns, talk about these layoffs, man. You into business, man. 4GQ TV is definitely LLC. You definitely in the business. So talk to me. People think when you absorb another company, it's not supposed to be layoffs. And we seen them try to purchase Bungie, and they're fearing the layoffs. And that's why I brought that up, because it's yin and yang. People got to look at things from a business perspective. And a lot of people we talk to on Twitter or these spaces or whatever Reddit, whatever media platform you support, there's decisions that have to be made. And shout out to Mike Ybarra, man. One of the dudes who I met back in the days with my Xbox, gave me my first 2 free games. He let me get in an interview with the developers. And he was like, "Oh my God, who are you?" I was like, "I'm just One-Away Dragons TV. I ain't nobody. I'm just trying to work to be a content creator." But he gave me my first 2 games. He actually left because he said he didn't want to work for Microsoft. He wanted to do different ventures, 20 years plus. But what you think about the layoffs? They're not supposed to. If you got somebody if you got 17 janitors, do you need 17 more? You know, somebody got to get laid off. But they got nice severance pays. So just talk about the whole
which is wild, right?
Yeah, people
No,
think-
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
you're not interrupting, bro.
That
You-
is
you
like
add into
they
it.
got a really good severance pay in comparison to what we seen over there at Naughty Dog,
Right.
where folks
Oh.
was losing their insurance like a day later.
You know what? You're not gonna talk the facts here.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I had to say.
No, you ain't gonna preach the facts. You ain't gonna. We gotta be frauds. But clowns, talk to me. What did you think about the layoffs and the Bungie takeover? And that's why I brought that up, because I said, yo, listen, the industry is changing. We've seen a lot of the last 3-4 years since COVID. We've seen a ton of layoffs. But we also seen developers saying, yo, this company's trash. They're not giving us some severance pay. Microsoft gave everybody severance pay. Made sure you good, put that money in the bank, and then gave you your papers. So what did you think about this whole layoff situation? And what did you think about Bungie saying they're fearing the layoffs will get a hostile takeover? And the reason they're fearing the hostile takeover, because some of them board members who control the stocks in Bungie might be out of here. So tackle that for me.
I don't know much about that. I'd like to hear a little bit about it if somebody does.
When it comes to these layoffs things, I think a lot of people are forgetting something. This doesn't necessarily have to do with the merger or the acquisition, right? Anytime a merger acquisition happens, yes, redundant positions get eliminated. So that might be a small majority of these positions. However, the biggest part of this is, and I think Bloody's alluded to this before about overhiring during the pandemic. And
Bloody's
I think
awesome.
Yeah, overhiring during the pandemic, remote work from home is primarily being eliminated in some companies now.
Yeah,
they're shifting positions. Business focuses have changed since the pandemic, so they're looking at different ways to make revenue, shifting different departments around, cutting down the excess departments they don't think they need anymore to focus on. It's not personal. It really does suck because it feels personal to a lot of these people that get laid off, and they put years of hard work in these companies, and I really do feel for them. But it's not just, we got to be honest here, it's not just Xbox and Microsoft doing this.
No.
It's an industry-wide thing. Even Citibank laid off like 20,000 people. So it's outside the gaming industry as well. Everything that touches gaming is being affected too, like
The world
finance,
is changing.
shipping,
The world is changing.
warehouse, retail,
Right.
So it's all happening all at the same time. We're in an economic downturn. Globally, we're in an economic downturn, not just nationally. So it's just a whole bunch of stuff factored into one thing. And then people argue, they'll come back and say, well, Microsoft's a $3 trillion company. Well, you don't get to be a $3 trillion company by making mistakes all the time.
Facts.
And I hate to say that because it makes it sound like it's not.
Like you don't, like you're not empathetic.
But I am empathetic because
I'm very empathetic.
I've been laid off and severed from companies.
Oh, wow.
And in the moment, man, it feels tough. It hurts. Like
I
it
felt
really
laid off when I was on compensation.
Yeah, like it really sucks, to be honest with you. But Microsoft has a duty to answer to their investors and stockholders, and they need to show them they're cutting the fat off the trim and trying to keep this money coming in. And they're also changing their business focus too. We've seen that, they had years of focusing on Azure, then they go into different services like Salesforce, and now they're focused on the cloud and going the future digital and cloud game in some aspects. So this all factors into this, and redundancy is eliminated.
All right, so we're gonna get into this last topic. This one is quick, man. I kept the quick one for last, man. Ham Solo, and shout out to Everborn who showed up earlier. He had to go. No, I'm gonna go to Bloody, man. Bloody.
He's not here. He left.
Oh yeah, he left. That's why it pictures like that. Okay, Ham Solo, talk to me. What did you think about WB doubled down on gaming with the success of their games? One game was damn. What's the new game they just dropped? God damn, WB. Oh, Hogwarts. Right? 22 million sold. What did you think about them doubling down? They also got a Justice League Kills
You're talking about
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, Kill Justice League.
What did you think about them doubling down on gaming and Mortal Kombat selling 3.5 million, right, since launch? What did you think about them double down on gaming and putting more money into gaming? Talk to me. Give me all the clowns.
Well, it's the most popular piece of or way to be in entertainment or whatnot right now. So I mean, I think it'd be silly not to. You're starting to see a lot of other companies get further into. And what's nuts about it is all the inklings and thoughts of people saying, oh yeah, they're gonna sell, right? And then they're like, you know what, we're not gonna sell. We're actually not going to. We're gonna go even harder into this. So it's really interesting to just see how people change their minds after seeing the success of others and wanting to chase that
right
type of success and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people heard about EA and thought that they were going to possibly be going to, what was it, Amazon, or I think it was Amazon.
They're not
right?
going to be bought.
And now they're like, no, we're good. And then you've seen the last few games that they put out, and they're like, and it's like, can you blame them? I mean, they look mighty fine, and it looks like we also thought Disney was gonna step in and pick up on them, and instead they decided to do partnerships and stuff with them. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I'm really interested in seeing what WB means by doubling down, because if they're going the direction of like Suicide Squad doubling down, I think this could be horrible for them.
Okay.
Like just my thought process of it is full price game that is live service, like that doesn't really
resonate.
It doesn't resonate very well. And there's so many great live service games out there that are completely free to play, and sure, you got the story behind it with DC, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be successful just because you throw on some super famous dope characters or whatnot.
Facts.
So I'm really interested in seeing what they mean about double downing, because I know a lot of these companies, what they mean is we're chasing money even harder than before. So I'm not sure if I'm exactly excited about it. I'm interested in it, but I'm not exactly certain that I'm excited about it, because I mean, sure, Hogwarts, fire. That game is dope. If you're leaning into that more,
Mortal Kombat 1 is not fire.
What's that?
Mortal Kombat 1 not fire.
Oh, I was getting there. I haven't got there yet. Mortal Kombat 1, from what I hear, has the best story of any Mortal Kombat. So I mean, that's there, and that's going to be good. Right. Repeatedly. But I want to know, are they going to think about, or are they going to try anything that isn't an IP already, that's not like, Harry Potter or
hey, listen,
or
Harry Potter wasn't
like
an IP like that. That was
it wasn't.
That was a risk.
It was 100% risk.
Caught a lot of
on
flack.
top of it, a risk with a developer that's unproven to the community.
Facts.
So 100% it was a risk. And I mean, going a different way with Mortal Kombat the way that they did was a risk as well. Starting off where now Liu Kang is Raiden. That's a hell of a risk.
He's
right?
beyond Raiden. But let's be real here. How it ended, and he took over the universe. Where else could they go? Like he was the end all be all. He beat the lady, the Queen of Time or whatever, right? Geras is his right hand now, right? Where could they really go? You got to reset the series.
Resetting the series sounds scary, right?
Right,
So, I mean,
right. It does.
big
It
risk.
does, but it worked.
I'm the only risk that really has me nervous right now is the Suicide Squad kind of lean.
No,
right
I'm
now,
good with that too. I'm good with that.
And then sure you're good with it, but just kind of the way that it's being handled right now makes me feel the most nervous for that game than any other game that they're either working on or currently updating or something that's already out.
All right. You done?
I'm even more nervous for this game than I was for Gotham Knights.
No, I thought they both was gonna be great.
Well, being a good game is one thing,
right?
Selling a lot and being
the only reason people really beefed about Gotham Knights because they think 30 is dead and 30 is not dead. Sure. I told people that in 2018, 2019, 30 is not dead. But that was the biggest gripe. So if that's your gripe, kick rocks. But let me go to clowns, man. Talk to me. Clowns. WB doubled down on AAA gaming, AA gaming, single A gaming. Talk to me. How do you feel about that? Where you at with the situation before we get to these outros?
I just want to say that I think that WB is doing something that is kind of smart, right? Like, even though Hogwarts got snubbed, they're going to continue with Hogwarts too because the fans loved it. Because the gamers loved it, right? And
money,
WB,
son.
Shit. At some point, Elder Scrolls got snubbed.
That's money, son.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Because Elder Scrolls got snubbed, man. You know why? Yeah. Because it was a roguelike game. And let me shout out to the people in this community. Let me interrupt you real quick, clowns. Roguelike games are not the popular games. That's the hardcore. That's the grinding people. And Elder Scrolls was a grinding game that people got into. No, I didn't like how you invited people into the game. No, I don't like that. But it brought the community together. The boss battles was awesome. People say, yo, the graphics wasn't good. Yeah, they was. To me, not the landscape, because that's the Japanese style of gaming. But when you got to them boss battles, no boss looked like they should have been a pixelated monster. So let me say that. I'm going to keep it moving. But clowns, finish. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I just think, I think WB knows what they're doing. I don't think anybody needs to worry about them. They're in their own lane. They're doing what they want to do. And as long as they're making money doing it, they're going to stay afloat doing it. That's really what I got to say about WB. They're smart at what they do. Justice League, I've got to, a little bit of worry about, or I'm sorry, Suicide Squad, a little bit worried about that one.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see.
All right. So now, let me move into the finishing part of this podcast. Shout out to everybody that stayed, man. This is one of the longest podcasts we did, but we had great guests. Shout out to Everborn Saga from the Gaming Circle podcast. Shout out to Bloody Knuckles from the Smash TV. Shout out to my brother, my light-skinned fro that knows, TSWS. And shout out to my other little big brother that makes everything happen. Yo, he's behind the scenes at 108 Dragons TV. He doesn't never take no credit. He never says it, man. But this brother, Clowns, helped me through a lot of stuff. And I'm trying to get him to help me get Ham into PAX. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that, right, Clowns?
If we did, I don't remember, but
God damn,
we can certainly talk about it.
Well, try to help this guy get in the packs. Anyway, shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Y'all been awesome all night, man. Shout out to the super chats, but I'm gonna make an announcement. Again, for those people watching now, watching later, we will have call-ins, $5 super chats, but follow me on Twitter because I want to do 2 or 3 minutes to get your point of view, to bring you into the podcast. I'm gonna do a poll. Whether it be 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I'm going to make a graphic so people get to talk, say their opinions, and people on the panel will get to rebuttal to you. But there will be a chat situation. I will give out a cell phone number. You just got to put your cell phone last 4 digits of your cell phone in the chat after you text what you want, your question, put it in there so I can screen them. And I want to bring y'all in here, man. We want to make this channel more about the gamer. I don't care about cloud chasing. I don't care about people that do this and the third, but this is what I'm going to do, right? So, let's go to my guy, the Afro Master. That's my brother, man. Shout out to Ham Solo. Ham, what's good with you, bro? How you been? What you doing? And yeah, you get that round of applause. Tell me what you got coming up. Who you got coming in? I watched your last podcast. Your one-on-ones is awesome. Your interviews is awesome. Your channel is awesome. Your panel is awesome. Talk to me, Ham. TSWS. Let's go.
I appreciate the invite this evening to
First of all, it's not
the Dragons.
You're a regular.
All right, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
But anyways, I appreciate being here, talking to you. It's been a while since I talked to Clowns, so it's good to talk to Clowns again. Everborn, it's been a long time since I talked to him, so it's good to have an exchange with him and Bloody. Seen him not too long ago, during the holiday season. But yeah, it is a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me here. You guys come on over, check out my channel, TSWS Gaming, over here on YouTube. It's free to go hit the subscribe button. I'd absolutely love it if you guys come through. Check out these interviews I do every Thursday, but I have other content that I do throughout the week talking about what's going on within gaming and stuff like that. I know next week I got Fame coming on from Level 1 Gaming. Dope dude. And then I believe the week after that is 3-Bit, and then it's Oh No, It's Alex. So I got several pretty interesting interviews coming up. So you guys, yeah, Oh No, It's Alex is gonna be that one's gonna be big. Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely come through, see that. TSWS Gaming here on YouTube. You can also chat with me if you want to on Twitter at HamSolo05 Gaming. Thanks again.
Yo, listen, man. This dude, man, has been my brother for a long time, at least 4 years. First of all, one of the greatest dudes on the internet, who's genuine, right? Trying to get into these places. 4GQ TV popping. The dude invite me to his circle. I'm like, this guy different, you heard? Like this guy different, you heard? We ain't doing that. Oh, Lemon, I'm a good guy. This who I am. I'm like, yeah, everybody claim to be who they are. But Clowns is one of the dudes in the internet that help people he don't know. He always reaching back and make sure people good, you heard?
Oh, he's on his Cat Williams, you saying?
Oh, yo, facts. Facts. He on his cat. You heard? That's that dude. Carlo. Let's get it right. Carlo. My little brother was popping, man. Where can they find you? What you got coming up next? And are you ready for PAX?
I am ready for PAX. I'm excited for PAX, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for having me on as always. I know you sound family here, but yeah, I know, but it's always great to get that invite the way Ham feels too, and I think everybody else that comes on the show feels. So we got a lot going on 4GQ TV. I just dropped a new intro. It sounds like a Jimmy Fallon kind of Saturday Night Live intro.
And if you don't like that,
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Facts.
We are shifting to a major pop culture focus, which still includes gaming, but we have a lot of people from Hollywood that have been reaching out to us now. I get about 40 emails a day from different PR firms and agents. So coming up on the channel, we're supposed to be scheduling LFO, BB Mac, somebody from NSYNC, somebody who did a song recently with Fat Joe, a remix of Lean Back. We have a few comic book artists coming up as well. A few more producers from Hollywood, a few more actors. We just did Tom Schulman for Double Down South. He produced and wrote Double Down South, but you may know him from Dead Poet Society, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Medicine Man, Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag.
Medicine Man, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Ooh.
Yeah, he did all that stuff. Coming up, we got MegaCon, we got PAX.
Ooh, you'll be
we got
media.
Yeah. We're gonna be rolling at PAX, getting all the interviews. We got invited to WonderCon and SDCC. I was supposed to be hosting a panel at MegaCon, but it didn't work out. So looking to be doing one at SDCC and getting Nicholas Draper Ivey on there, who did Static Shock, the comic book, and parts of the cartoons.
Static Shock. That means PA gonna get moist. Facts.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just check us out. For me, it's never about the money or the or the glory or the fame.
Let's go.
Everybody that's part of the channel is part of the team, and everything that I get access to, they all get access to. So that's how I operate. That's how I roll. It's a team effort. And and that's something I want to reiterate to everybody, because it's never about the number of views or the amount of money that any channel makes.
Facts.
Especially for me, from the heart, it's about the people that put in the effort. And you can have 100 subscribers and still get people on from Hollywood if you know how to work with them and PR agencies.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be a good person. You got to be humble. And that's
a fact.
That's the way I keep the people around me as well.
And I'm going to say this. If you don't rock with TSWS, Smash TV, Gaming Circle Podcast, or 108 Dragons TV's The Dragon Den, you want some
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Facts. You better stay focused.
That's great.
We out here and we doing what we do, you heard? And I want to say this for the record, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all been awesome. Listen, I told y'all, man, follow me on Twitter. I'm about to make that poll. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, super chats. John, man, join the channel. Be part of this podcast. That's the least you could do. I see your activity. Y'all outside. But I want y'all to be here. I want to hear your voices, man. I want to talk to you dudes. Let's get it done. Ham. Carlo. Bloody, who tapped out, who his internet dropped out. Facts. Everborn Saga, my Bronx brother. You already know how we do, you heard? Huh? We stepping up our game. We bringing you this information and we giving you the facts. We'll see you on the next one, you heard? Y'all stay easy. Enjoy your Saturday. And thank everybody for pulling up. If you're watching now or watching later, please, it is greatly appreciated if you hit that like button and subscribe. We here for you, and we do real gaming content. No clickbait. Yo, Ham, Carlo, we out.
Yes.
Deuce.
See y'all later. Peace.